It's time for Huntington North Vikings football on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Before we head down to the gridiron, we'd like to thank the following sponsors who have made tonight's broadcast possible.
Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg Roth Garrett Halverstadt Law, Nove, Rich Roofing Systems, and Wise Guys Downtown.
Now let's head down to the field for all the hard-hitting Viking football action on your home for Huntington North Sports, Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another NEA conference matchup between the Huntington North Vikings and the Columbia City Eagles. I'm Luke Zellis, here with Braxton Oakley, and this is I think a make or break for how this season's going to go for Huntington North tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. And what's interesting about the Vikings schedule so far, their opponents that they played in Eastbrook, Northrop, and all of them, they're 12-0 record. So it's going to be interesting to see how today goes.
Yeah, the opponent record is 9-0 for Huntington North and 3-6 for Columbia City. So we'll see how that develops. But we'll get more back to that after this interview with Coach Eschbach.
With a hard loss against East Noble, do you have any plans to switch things from the offensive side or the defensive side this week?
Well, I mean, if you go into the East Noble week, we were down probably our second best receiver. We're down a quarterback. We're down two running backs. We're not making excuses, but I think that would be devastating for almost any team. So it's not that we're not making adjustments or those type of things. We just have to get guys healthy. And, obviously I think once we get guys healthy, then I think some things will be obviously different.
Yeah. And speaking of injuries, QB Lathan James has been out for the past couple of games. What kind of impact does he make on the team? And do you have a status for him for Friday?
Yep. No, I think he's going to play. And he just, he is very dynamic in what he does, and he gives us the opportunity to push the ball down the field. So we're excited that he's back and healthy.
All right. In a big conference game this week against Columbia City, what does this team need to do to get in the win column?
Sure. The big thing for us is we've got to be consistent, meaning that we got to win first and second down. We got to get first downs, and when we get opportunities inside the 20-yard line, we've got to be able to convert those into touchdowns.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
In life and in high school sports, the most talented person doesn't always win.
And the most successful people are not always the most gifted. I'm Owen Fouts from Yorktown High School.
And I'm Lena Jones from Plymouth High School. More often than not, success requires being what other people are unwilling to be.
Consistent, disciplined, persistent, without taking shortcuts.
It's often the most dedicated, hardest working person or team that rises to the top.
The ones who run extra drills, who stay late in the weight room, who put in time after practice.
They say hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And those who rise to the challenge are met with the greatest rewards.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty. Support the hard work of our student athletes by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. Thank you for being a champion of high school sports. This is consistency and commitment. This is discipline and dedication. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back after that short break there. And once again, thank Coach Eschbach for giving us those interviews every week.
Yeah, those really help a lot. Just trying to get different intel about different players. And this week I asked him about quarterback Lathan James, who has been out since week 2, what we thought could have been a major concussion, head injury. I mean, he stayed on the ground during that Northrop game for, I felt like 5 minutes. They were going to bring the card out. And then he got up on his own power, which was great to see. And last week now we're hearing that it was kind of just a precautionary issue. And because apparently this is his second concussion of the calendar year, he has to wear a guardian cap, but he will be back for tonight.
Yeah, that will be interesting. And you mentioned this before we went on. That guardian cap does add a bit of weight to your head. Maybe hurt him on his elusiveness. But either way, he's back and ready to play for the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's a big key to win. I mean, you look at his his stats beforehand: 20 for 30, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, so only 2 interceptions. I mean, he was very good in that Northrop game before he got hurt. I think he was 7 for 7 for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, the offense was looking really, really good with him out there.
Yeah, and I mean, you could really tell the difference with him out last week against East Noble, the Vikings losing 39-0. A tough matchup for them. But looking over at the Columbia City side, they won 61-6 against Belmont.
Man.
So big win for them. They're definitely coming in this with a bit of a confidence boost from last week.
Yeah, and last season they were really good too. I mean, 8-2 record, but lost in the first game of sectional to Bishop Dwenger 38-0. It was a tough loss for them, and I think Columbia City is looking for some redemption this year to try and maybe get a better conference record. I mean, their only conference loss last year was against East Noble, but they're trying to replicate what they did last year, but to a bigger degree. And they've lost some guys. Grayson Bradbury, their starting quarterback last year, had 13 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He was great. And Landon Fazio, their running back, 800 yards and 10 touchdowns for him on the year. And probably one of the biggest ones, I think, was Stratton Fuller. We remember him from last year, 22 catches, 355 yards, 7 touchdowns. They've lost some guys, but I think one of the key guys for Columbia City tonight is going to be Gavin Smith. 8 interceptions last year.
Yeah,
which is an incredible number.
If you remember last year, 2 of those were on Huntington North, 3 in total for the game. But yeah, he's a big part of this game offensively and defensively. So look out for him. Some other key players for the Eagles tonight. Gabe McDevitt, he's a junior quarterback for the Eagles tonight. As you said, Gavin Smith. Trace Parrish is their leading rusher as of before this game. And then Braden Elkins, he's their leading receiver, which I'll get to the receiving end of this game in a second. But yeah, he's a big part of this team offensively and defensively as well. And what I was referring to when I was talking about the receiving, this team only has 165 total passing yards this entire season so far. How do you think the Vikings view that coming into this?
I think they're going to view it almost exactly like how they played Eastbrook. I mean, I was talking to you about Brett Fox earlier today. I mean, he either played or was coached under Jeff Adamson, and these offenses are ran very similar. I mean, last year for Columbia City when they played Huntington North, 50 rushing attempts for over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. They ran the ball really, really, really well, and the Vikings only 7 passing attempts. It's going to be a run-heavy offense, and the Vikings have to be ready to stack the box and prepare to stop that run.
Yeah, last year when these two teams played, it was a 37-21 win for the Eagles. And a lot of that came from mishaps at the beginning of the game that the Vikings couldn't recover from. The main one being the first play of the game, the Vikings fumbled the kickoff return, and Columbia City returned that for a touchdown. So just those mistakes, some similar to what we've seen this year, like in the Eastbrook game and last week, but just those minor mistakes that add up.
Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of what I was going to go into with the 5 things that the Vikings need to do to win this game. First thing I think is run the ball efficiently. I mean, Sawyer Carl last week, I feel like was really good, just getting kind of thrown into the fire the past couple of weeks with Ethan Johnson going down. We think it's a ACL tear, which is really unfortunate. But he ran the ball what I feel like was really good going up against a team like Eastbrook. And another thing is limiting turnovers. This Columbia City defense thrives off of getting turnovers and turning turnovers into more points. So to limit turnovers and just keep the football in their possession is something they really need to do. And stop the run. As we said, their running offense is their main source of offense. If you stop that, it's going to leave them in a really uncomfortable situation. Then smart special teams. We've kind of seen the special teams for the Vikings struggle a lot this year, especially their kickoff unit has been really just not great at setting the edge and tackling and all those different things. And I feel like the biggest thing for this week, especially with Lathan James getting back, the offensive line needs to be better.
Yes.
And I feel like it's been a real struggle running the ball and passing the ball. I mean, I feel like guys are getting to the quarterback almost instantly on dropbacks. So if the offensive line can play better this week, it's going to be a great day for the Vikings.
Yeah, that was actually the main point that I wrote down for this game is the offensive and defensive line struggles. Last week, it seemed like Kane had less than 2 seconds to pass. Meanwhile, Biddle had as long as he wanted to pass. So that's definitely a focal point for the Vikings if they want to win this game. And then another, I said, develop the run, which is something that they've, ever since that first game, kind of struggled with in a bit of a way. But that's also kind of due to the amount of injuries at that position.
Yeah, there's been so many injuries at the running back position. We're down 4 running backs. Kristen Jemison's on the sideline right now. He came up here. We talked to him. He's like, man, it hurts to not play. but it's taking precaution with that shoulder. And from what we've heard, he'll be back for homecoming against DeKalb. I mean, Belmont next week, we're not saying that it's going to be easy, but they haven't won a game in a long time. They're just taking some precautionary issues here.
Yeah, and also, speaking of precautionary issues, we heard that's the reason why Eric Fry wasn't playing anything but special teams the past couple of games. But I wonder if we'll see him in a more bigger role. As we are kicking off now, as the Vikings will receive this around the 5. Linker got a bit of room. He brings it up to the 20. He's to the 30. He's to the 40. He's got the kicker to beat, and he passes him. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. What a start. James Linker bringing it all the way.
Oh, and that's what you love to see to start out a game, a kick return touchdown. It's the Vikings' second of the year, and Linker was so hyped for that. He got into the end zone, dropped the ball, and just started going his crazy arms in the air. He's got to be excited about that touchdown after the Vikings went scoreless last week.
Yeah, he's been such a big part of this team on all sides of the ball, and it's just great to see him start the game off like that. 13 seconds into this, the Vikings up 6-0.
Yeah, they were tired of not getting any scoring on that board, and they did it instantly here, only 13 seconds into the game. What a return. Blocking was great. Nice job by the special teams.
Here's Gavin Sink with the extra point attempt, and it's blocked.
Ooh.
There's about 5 Eagles players in there almost immediately.
Yeah, I feel like there was something with the snap and the hold as well. It took a lot longer for the snap and hold to get down the ground, and with not a lot of room for those guys to get over there. I mean, didn't really have much to go with.
Yeah, hate to see them miss extra point, but still, what a great start for the Vikings.
Yeah, and as Linker was running down the touchdown, you could see the fans immediately stand up, and then everybody on their sideline just started running down to that end of the field. And it's a great energizing play to start out, and that's exactly what the Vikings needed after last week.
It's crazy because this is not even the first time we've seen Linker open a game with a kickoff return touchdown. Pretty sure he did that against Eastbrook last year.
I think that was Marcus. I think we're getting Linker brothers confused. We don't know.
You might be right.
But either way, something about the Linker family, I mean, we're just great talent. And Jimmy arguably might be even better than Marcus was. I mean, he's played amazing this season. I think that's his 3rd or 4th total touchdown of the year. He's been incredible.
Yeah, now we'll see. So now the Vikings kick it off to Columbia City. Davin Steele there. Great kickoff, and it's a touchback.
Yeah, and that's been a struggle for the Vikings the past couple weeks. I mean, letting some, especially against Northrop, but they're dynamic returners, letting them return. And we saw a lot last week of them just kind of kicking the ball out of bounds a couple times. And now for Steele to kick it all the way into the end zone, that's great. And Columbia City will start out on their own 20.
Yeah, we'll get to see McDevitt in this Eagles offense for the first time as they start off 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Yeah, and you immediately see only one wide receiver out wide.
It's going to be a handoff to the right side. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to be taken down. About a 6-yard gain there.
I think that was Landrum who wrapped around and got him. That was Lucas Duncan on the carry, the sophomore running back. As we've seen in the stat sheets, I mean, they have several different guys who run the ball. It's not really just one main guy. They rotate in and out and have so many different athletic guys go and get some carries.
Oh, so that was a 7-yard gain there. It's once again going to be another handoff to the outside. He's going to get the first down plus a bit more. This time that was Parrish with the run.
Yeah, and we saw Parrish last year as well. I mean, he had 215 yards, averaged about 6 per carry. Only, I think that's supposed to be 10 touchdowns. Yeah, he had 10 touchdowns last year, so he was a big impact player for them. I mean, I think they had 40 total rushing touchdowns last year.
Now, Gavin Smith on the sweep there, met by Vikings in the backfield. There is a flag, though.
Yeah, I don't know what that flag is on. Cam Reich was the first to get there on the tackle. We'll see what the referees are going to call here. Maybe a holding just by where the flag was.
Yeah, we'll see now.
Looks like they are backing up.
It is holding, but it's declined. So it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that's smart. You get a tackle for a loss. No need to just give them an extra down. I mean, 20 yards isn't really that much when you think about it.
No, and when they had a 5-yard loss right there, I think that's perfectly fine to go with. Now, 2nd and 15 on the Eagles' 29-yard line. Just hit under 11 minutes left here. McDevitt gets a pass out quick. It's caught. And I don't think he he gets stopped around the 34. That time there it was Elkins with the reception.
Yeah, he's been the only receiver out, right? They run a really tight, congested jumbo formation. They have Smith in there as kind of a, I don't know, tight end sort of maybe. I don't know. I've never really seen an offense quite like theirs.
Yeah, it's very unique. It's going to be a run to Gavin Smith. He's dragged down. Wyatt Shearer there with the tackle. There is a helmet off on the field.
Yeah, it looks like Carson Henry's helmet came off for Columbia City, and the punt team will come out for them as well.
Yeah, what a great start there from the Vikings. 3 and out on what looked like a dominant offense last week.
Yeah, Shearer only played half of the game against East Noble, and now making his impact known really early here as Linker's back to return.
Let's see if he can keep the offense off one more time.
I mean, as much as the offense wants to play, I don't think they'd regret that.
No, it's a short punt here. It's going to hit the ground around the 50, and Linker's just going to let it roll. It's going to be stopped around the Vikings' 39-yard line.
Yeah, kind of a low drive punt there. It was kind of close to hitting one of the Vikings returners.
Yeah, luckily it did not. Or that would have been real bad for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
That would have basically just been a deep ball for the Eagles. But it will be 1st and 10 for the Vikings on the 39 with 9.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. And we do see Eric Fry out there for him. It's his first time playing any offense or defense since week 1 against Eastbrook.
Yeah, looks like almost a different package. You see McQueen out there. Looks like, oh my goodness, bunch left with Lathan alone in the backfield.
Motions for, I think that's Linker. He misses one, but he's taken down. It's going to be a loss of, I think, 3 on the play. He tried to wait for a hole open up there, and none ever did, so he just took the yards that he could.
Yeah, I tried to get Linker involved there early. I mean, whenever the ball's in his hands, I mean, he does great things. So 16 catches, 243 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns this year. It's been incredible for the Vikings.
Yeah, so now we see a pretty typical lineup or formation for the Vikings here. I believe that's Carl in the backfield. The swap of the tight ends. He'll hand it off here. He runs up the middle. I think he's gonna get the yards back that they lost.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 3rd and 10 now, as some Vikings fans state their opinions already.
Yeah. Oh, and that was only a 2-yard gain there, so it'll be 3rd and 11. Yeah, this is a tough defensive line from the Eagles. We were looking earlier before this game. They've got a lot of big guys up there.
Yeah, we saw one of them was 6'8". 6'8", that's crazy, as this is definitely a passing down, and we'll see what Lathan James can do here.
He takes a snap. He is going to hand it off here. And it's going to be short of the first down.
You know, looked like they wanted to run the ball there, and I feel like the only reason he would do that was to keep the offense out, but he's going to bring the punting unit out.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep, I think they might just try. It is kind of a couple weeks since James has played, so maybe trying to get him into a play calling rhythm. You know, practice is way different than the actual game.
Get him back into the rhythm of things. It is 7.5 minutes left here. As Eric Fry gets the punt off.
Oh, man.
It's going to bounce all the way.
Oh, man. What an effort. I think that was Ben Roth, who was trying to go and get that and swat it out of the end zone, but barely had a foot in when he touched it.
Yeah, that was a great punt there from Fry. Had a perfect bounce all the way back to the end zone.
Yeah, it had so much front spin on it that it just kept going and going, and almost was down at the 1, but it'll be Columbia City at their own 20 once again.
So after coming back and stopping the Vikings to a 3-and-out themselves, we'll see what the Eagles do here. It's going to be another handoff. I think he's going to get a gain of 8 on the play. 7.
I mean, as much as I can see here, the Vikings are definitely running a lot of linebackers, defensive linemen in the box. They're running their front 7 pretty heavily here because they know what's coming. They know the run is the main part of their offense, and they've looked pretty solid so far at stopping it.
2nd and 2 on the 28. It's going to be another handoff this time. I'm not sure who to. There is a flag on the field. This might be another holding call. This time the handoff to, I think, Lucas Duncan.
Yeah, and if it is, it's already going to be the Eagles' second holding penalty of this first quarter. If that's so the case.
Yeah, it looks like they're about ready to move this ball back. The refs picked it up. I haven't seen if they signaled something yet.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it either. But yeah, a guy that I want to highlight a little bit on the Eagles side is Gavin Smith. We know his potential on defense. I also said, 8 interceptions last year. That was 6th in the state. It's absolutely incredible. Just a complete ball hawk. And he's also here on the offensive side taking some handoffs as well. I mean, just a dynamic player. As it is going to be holding.
Yeah, it's already another holding penalty for the Eagles. This one accepted.
Yeah, and you see with the Eagles do not live far away from Viking Stadium, and you can see a lot of Eagles supporters in the visiting stands. That thing is filled up completely.
Yeah, very different home environment. When you have two teams this close, it's a lot easier to fill an away crowd.
Yeah, it's probably the closest thing to these two teams has as a rivalry, per se. They all have one receiver really out wide.
Devitt rolls to his left. He's looking down that left sideline. It's thrown. Incomplete.
Yeah, I think it might have hit off the receiver as, Henry's helmet fell off again. That's the second time, and he does not look happy about it. That's Carson Henry, number 55 for the Eagles. It's the second time his helmet's fell off.
Yeah, I think he might need maybe a little bit of a smaller one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a smaller one, or just doesn't have it completely strapped all the way up, as it'll be 3rd and 12. Really difficult down here for them.
Yeah, 3rd and 12 on the 18 now. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking at that left short route. Overthrown. So once again, another 3-and-out here for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, McDevitt definitely had him open on the outbreaker, just a little bit too far out in front, trying to lead his receiver, and it'll be 4th and 12. Nice stop by the Vikings again. On an offense that put up 61 against Belmont last week.
Yeah, and I mean, it did start off slow for the Eagles in that game. They were only up 14-6 in the second quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, a great way to start this game for the Vikings. Now the punt is up. It's another short one. It's going to bounce. Oh, it's going to get a pretty nice bounce, and it's going to roll all the way to the Vikings 34.
Yeah, a lot of these two punts have been really low drives, and it doesn't look like they want Linker to get a chance to return, as James and the offense will walk back out onto the field here.
I can kind of see why after that first play.
Oh, yeah. We know whenever Linker gets the ball in his hands, whether it's offensively, defensively, or on special teams, it seems like he has a chance to make it a house call every single time. As James will be joined with Carl in the pistol.
Yeah, so now we'll see if they maybe go towards their typical offensive style. A few more passing downs in here. It's now 1st and 10 on the 34 for the Vikings. James drops back to pass. He's looking deep, and it's overthrown. I think that was Linker there with the target. I really do just like the confidence right out the gate to just launch a deep ball.
Yeah, there were 2 corners in the area, but with Linker running past me, kind of just saw it was a little bit too far in front of him, so he kind of let up at the end. But he definitely had those 2 guys beat for sure.
Yeah, I like where he had placed the ball, where the only person that could have possibly gotten there was Linker. So
Yeah, and it's also good to do that early because then it forces the coaches to think that you're going to want to throw it deep and play those safeties back even more to open up the running game for the offense.
yeah, you can already see them motioning Smith back a little bit further than before. As once again, James tries to pass. He fires a quick one out to Fry. It's caught, and he's got the first down. And I think he's taken down right at the 50 there. We're just hitting about halfway through this first quarter.
Man, it's really good to see him back. We've only seen him have one other catch, and that was against Eastbrook. It was just a simple screen pass for, I think, 34 yards. But he's a dynamic player, and he's really shifty and just a really good route runner, I feel like, as well. And it's really good to see him get involved here after a nagging hamstring injury that he's dealt with over the past couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely good to see him back. Now, once again, James lined up. Motion Shearer to the right side. Takes a snap. Drops back to pass. Fires to the right side to Shearer. It's caught. He's taken down.
Yeah.
Tackle made there by Sam Bean.
Yeah, does a little twirl there. Can't really get anything after that, but we know Shearer can definitely run through some people. Just didn't have very much forward momentum. Tried to make a guy miss, but still gets a couple yards out of it. And Shearer's a guy that we saw be, I think, an honorable mention for an all-conference tight end at least. And he played great last year when he was throwing the ball, and I feel like hitting him in some of those seams just where he can use his body to get up top and go grab those high balls is what they need to use.
2nd and 8 now. James going to hand it off to Carl here. He's going to get a decent gain, I think 3.
Yeah, and that's a good run. I mean, they're getting blocks and they're holding him well. It's just those linebackers getting to him pretty quick, and it'll be 3rd and manageable. I mean, 3rd and 7 is not too many yards. We'll see what Coach Eschbach wants to dial up for his team here.
Yeah, so gain of 1. I don't know why I said 3. Yeah. Once again, the Vikings facing 3rd down, but they're likely to go for it in this position of the field.
Yeah, press on Fry on the outside.
James looking to pass. He's maybe going to escape. He's going to get pushed forward for a couple. Or maybe just make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to let that go, but managed to hold on to the football, which could have been scary for a fumble. But I think the punt unit will be brought out once again. And you would think we've seen Coach Eschbach go for it in these type of situations before, but I think he just wants to keep hitting that Eagles offense back deeper and deeper, what it looks like.
I think that's smart. With less than a 1-score lead, it's good to maintain that in this type of way. A great punt here. I think that's going to land around the... Yep, it's going to be at the 12.
Yeah, that's a great punt.
Yeah, great punt there.
Yeah, I feel like anything inside the 15 is a really good punt, and especially since Columbia City hasn't really been able to get any big playoff or get really anything going on offense. I feel like it's really good for the Vikings to keep hitting them deeper and deeper into their own territory.
If you're just joining us, it's 6-0 Vikings with 3:24 left in the first, as we get to see this Eagles offense for a 3rd time already this quarter, as 2 drives in a row they went 3 and out.
Yeah, and you see Linker matched up on the outside against Elkins as a bunch of linebackers are playing down to the line of scrimmage.
Here's the handoff.
Yeah, that's a nice hit.
I think a gain of maybe 1 on the play.
Yeah, you love it to see when the Vikings get one person to the ball and then they don't really bring them down. You just see the entire team swarm around them. That's exactly what you want, a team effort.
Yeah, I really like how they've changed their style of tackling, because in the beginning they took a really risky type, as they're going to hand it off once again. Or no, I think McDevitt kept it for himself.
Man, that confused me.
Yeah.
I had no idea where the ball was at.
It will be a 1st down.
There was just a bunch of big bodies around him, and you saw it looked like Smith go out on the fake end around, and their running back go out on the inside zone, and then it looked like McDevitt just kept them for itself.
Yeah, 1st and 10 now on the 24. Be another handoff, and he's going to be met in the backfield.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere to go on that carry. And I mean, right now their running attack isn't really doing too much against the Vikings right now, who have looked and probably came pretty prepared for it so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've played a couple pretty run-heavy offenses this year already, so I think they've just gotten their team used to this type of offense by now and defending it a bit easier. So now McDevitt is going to hand it off once again, and just like that, he's going to be met in the backfield again.
And this is a nice thing you want to see from the Vikings, getting stops. And I mean, their longest run of the night has only been 11 yards, and it was on this drive. I mean, you saw last week against East Noble and even the week before against Northrop. I mean, some big run plays were happening where the Vikings were just really struggling to tackle. And now we're seeing them really get a lot of people to the ball and being able to stop it really well here.
Yeah, that was Corbin McIntosh with the run there. Is now McDevitt about to drop back again, but the ball is tipped. That's 4th and 9. Another great set, defensive drive for the Vikings.
Yeah, I think that was Clannon who got a hit on that ball. As again, Columbia City will come out the punt as well. No offensive touchdowns so far.
Yeah, very different start than some of the other games we've seen from Huntington North this year. Just a great defensive start.
I think that's Tanner Ellis out to punt for Columbia City, as they're wanting the play clock to reset as it's already down to 5. The referee is signaling. Oh.
This punt's going to be a bit higher. It's going to hit the ground at around the 45 and continue to roll all the way to the 29 of the Vikings. There's a lot of great punts here tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of punting, but we'll see if the Vikings can do something else here. And with some different players back, I mean, you got to think that this offense is going to run a little bit more smoothly. I mean, we've talked about this spread offense and how it's really built for a mobile-style quarterback with a pretty decent arm who can throw it downfield and really pressure the defense. And Layton's been a guy who's been able to do that all season, to be a threat to throw the ball downfield. And to be able to throw the ball downfield just means that you get the safeties and everybody just to spread out, and it makes things a lot easier.
Now Lathan coming back out here once again. So we see how they start this drive. Drops back to pass. He's going to launch it deep to Fry. It's caught. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown! Eric Fry. What a start to the drive. A 71-yard touchdown for Eric Fry. Welcome back.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we went on. We were wondering if he was going to play because we know how good he is in a deep receiving threat. And right there, he shows off that speed, outrunning Ellis all the way to the end zone. Big play there from the Vikings.
Yeah, and just like I said on that throw to Linker earlier, just a great placement of the ball from... Wait, are they going for... Yeah, they're going to go for it here for 2 to make up for the missed extra point earlier. Yeah, just the way to put the ball just where Fry can reach it.
Yeah, and
they've got an interesting formation here.
Yeah, it's Shear behind Lathan, P-Tac behind Shear, and then Linker's one all the way back deep. And I don't think he got it.
No, I don't. A lot happened there. I'm not sure. I think that was Linker, actually, who ended up getting the football there, but it didn't end up working.
Yeah, I almost want to call that I-form, but I'm not completely sure if that's what you call that. But anyways, it is unsuccessful. It would be 12-0 Vikings lead here in this first quarter with only a minute left to go. And you got to love that play. That's something that we've been wanting to see out of the Vikings, especially after last year when you have long touchdown after long touchdown. And to have that backside post play just get completely wide open with even pressure in Jane's face as well. He's looking really confident here today.
Yeah, what a great way to start this game off for both sides of the ball. I guess all 3 sides of the ball for the Vikings. Just a great start for them, as now we're just under a minute left in the first quarter with a 12-0 Vikings lead.
made me a little nervous as well when Fry went to go haul on the pass. He kind of bobbled it a little bit. I'm like, oh, that would be really, really sad if he would have dropped that because he had a wide open space right in front of him. But good thing he did catch it and brought it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, now Steele here to kick off once again. This time he's going to get caught around the 10. He gets up to the 25, the 30, the 45, the 50, the 40, and he's tripped up at around the 35.
Oh, man, we talked about the kickoff unit before this game. I mean, just several tackles were shed there. Nobody can really get to him. That was Lucas Duncan on the return. And now they're in the Vikings territory for the first time because of that special teams play. As much as people don't give credit for special teams, it can really sway the tide of a game and give great field position for the opposing teams.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the situation we were talking about earlier. They don't get it into the end zone, and that's the kind of thing that we've seen happen before. It's going to be another handoff here, and he's going to be taken down immediately. A loss of... Oh, no, he's going to gain 1 here.
It looked like Mason Patak, Kyler Landrum, and Gage Clannon all kind of combined for that tackle. This Vikings offensive line has been amazing today so far.
Yeah, that was Parrish with another carry there. Now, Eagles facing 2nd and 9. This might be the last play of the quarter. It's going to be a handoff to Smith. He's going to be taken down just as quickly. No, a loss of 1 there. And I think that might be that will be the last play of the quarter.
No, I think they might try and win. Yeah, they're going to have time.
They're not going to have time now.
Yep.
So after 1 quarter football, Vikings up 12-0 on the Eagles. Great start tonight.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you wanted to start out. I mean, coming into this game as easily the clear underdog with all the injuries and stuff, they've came out and had a great showing so far against their rival.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see here how many rushing yards the Vikings allow. But, I mean, to start off, Lathan James, what a comeback for him. 4 of 5 for 87 yards and a touchdown to start this game off. Can't really start it any better. But, yeah, rushing. Columbia City only at 29 rushing yards so far off of 10 attempts.
Yeah, that's incredible if you're the Vikings. Under 3 yards per carry per rush for them after what rushing attack they had last year. I mean, they've been absolutely incredible. And one thing I also wanted to notice, I mean, they're also running a whole lot of hurry-up offense, getting to the ball really quickly, and that's something that I feel like the Vikings have struggled with so much on defense, especially against Eastbrook, because these two teams are really, really similar in gameplay style, and the Vikings have really adjusted well, not getting fatigued.
And here we are about to start this first play of the second quarter. As Devitt drops back to pass, he gets pressure, and he's sacked!
Man, who
Mason
else?
Patak there.
Man, he's been flying around the ball all year. I mean, 11 tackles, 1 for loss. You can add a sack to that as well. I mean, he's been flying around. It's a great play by Mason Patak. As that'll bring up 4th down as well. It's a big loss. Bringing him out of field goal range as well easily. No punt.
Yeah, another great defensive possession once again. This defensive line looking completely different.
I do have to mention, McDivitt is punting here. I did see number 4 out there, I thought. Could be wrong. That's the flag on the field.
Delay of game.
Yeah. It will be a delay of game. Back them up a few more yards. Makes it better for the Vikings as well. Gives them a bit more room to return if you're Linker.
Did they even move?
I don't know.
They didn't even move the football. Either way, that's a pretty good punt there. It's going to roll all the way to the 9.
Man, that's a great punt if you're them. Backing the Vikings up here, and we'll see if they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, last time they were putting maybe their worst field position yet in first play. 71-yard touchdown. So we'll see how the Vikings bounce back after that great drive. Or I guess can't even really call it a drive. Great play.
Yeah. And we talked about the record of Columbia City. They're 3-0. And as well, the Northeast State Conference, there's also games going on tonight. But East Noble's also 3-0. Leo's 3-0. And DeKalb is 2-1. I mean, the Vikings really need some help if they do want to win conference. But I feel like when sectionals come, the Vikings are going to be a force to be threatened with. As here we go.
It's going to be handoff to Sawyer, but he's going to lose a bit of yardage here. I think a 4-yard loss. They did a fake handoff and then handed it to Sawyer, but I think that maybe took a little bit too much time.
Yeah, I think they tried to distract the defense by faking it to Jimmy Linker and tried to go to Carl, and it's a pretty big loss, a loss of 3. And it backs the Vikings up even more to their own 6.
So now here, James drops back to pass, currently running in his own end zone. He fires it. It's caught by Shearer, and he's taken down around, it looks like the 13 or 12. Not Shearer, that was Sawyer there.
Yeah, going out to his right, throwing to his right. He just finds a bit of a check down. It's going to make this third down manageable. 3rd and 7 here. And even if you don't get this, I mean, punting from here maybe isn't even the worst thing with how Fry's been punting tonight. He's been incredible on both special teams and on offense, having that 71-yard touchdown as James will go out of empty here.
Yeah, they subbed out Carl for McQueen there. As now James backs up the pass. He rushes to his left. He's going to keep it for himself because he's not seeing anything. And he's going to get a couple here, but short of the first down.
Yeah, Trains. I think that was a designed screen because I saw some of the offensive linemen go out and he didn't really like anything he saw and tried to make a play with his legs and couldn't really find anything as the Vikings will punt here from their right hash.
Yeah, that's a tough spot there because there's a lot of short routes and you try to run. There's not really much room you can get on that.
It's like Fry made some hand signals. Oh, it's because they needed one more guy out there. It's like Carl ran in for him.
Ball snapped. Oh, very close to being blocked there. Oh, it's going to bounce about to run the... Where is that mark? The 48. The Vikings on 48. But, I mean, I think the Vikings are just happy that wasn't a blocked field goal there.
Yeah.
Or blocked punt.
Yeah. That would have been really bad, especially how far deep they were in their own territory. It looked like almost 3 East Noble defenders in that area. Or not East Noble defenders. Columbia City defenders. Still hooked up on last week. As they will start in Vikings territory here on the Vikings 48.
Yeah, we'll see if they can finally get something going. As
looks like they're going to switch out the ball. I think that one was the kicking ball.
That's a handoff up the middle. It's a Parrish, I believe. He's going to get an 8-yard carry there.
Yeah, and you see the Vikings going with a different approach in the past couple of weeks. I mean, this time putting 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, as you see there. And it's been really helping them so far, except that one. That was an 8-yard carry on 2nd and 2.
Another handoff up the middle. He's going to get the first down, but not much more.
Yeah, the quick handoff working for them there is. I thought that would have been a first down. The Chains guys little react. Yeah, it will be a first down. I feel like clearly it was, but just a little late. As he'll go with another receiver, or just one receiver out left, as again Elkins.
Oh, he fakes the handoff to the left side. He's got the first down. Man, I thought they handed that up the middle. Faked it to Gavin Smith, and he got a big gain there. All the way up inside into the red zone.
Yeah, I agree. That's the second time I've gotten bamboozled by the big handoffs. I mean that's just a compliment to how this offense is ran. Can't really see much even from up here.
Oh, there's a flag.
I don't know what that was necessarily. Maybe.
There is a flag on the field.
Huh. Let's see if it's a false start here.
I don't know. It feels like a little early for a false start.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It is a false start.
Man.
Yeah, like you said, you rarely see those that early, but
Yeah, and a lot of times this year we've even seen false starts called after the play was over, so
Yeah,
you don't really know when it's going to be called.
yeah, they're called all over the place.
First and
But
15 at the
First and 15
22-yard line.
now. Penalties really starting to pile up here on the Eagles in the first half.
Yeah, just once again, they're going to bring Elkins to that outside just to stretch it out a little bit more. We'll see what they do here on first down and 15. Oh,
And taken down immediately.
yeah, Clannon met him right there. He had nowhere to go and just swallowed up there. It'll be a loss of a couple, at least.
Yeah. I'm not sure. They haven't marked it yet.
Yeah, I don't think he got a gain of any. I think it's stayed right there as it's.
No, that's a loss of some, at least. Oh, McDevitt drops back to pass. He's firing deep. He's looking end zone. Oh, the Vikings really lucky there. He just got just that much separation from him. As there we go. They lost 3 on the last play, and now it's 3rd and 18
Okay,
on the 25.
They didn't update the scoreboard, so I was a little confused there. But yeah, I mean, Elkins was trying to run all the way into the end zone, and Linker got beat a little bit, but McDevitt just overthrew him a little bit. As it'll be 3rd and a long ways to go here if you're Columbia City. See what they go with here.
McDevitt drops back to pass, fires over the middle, almost intercepted.
And that's a sophomore McQueen on the pass defense. I mean, he was right there for the interception.
Yeah, he's been all over for the defense this year so far. As of before this game, he was tied for leading the team in tackles, which for sophomore, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the field goal here. Jackson Johnson is your field goal kicker for tonight for Columbia City. It's, 42-yard field goal from the Tash, yeah.
As the kick is up, and it's going to be short. So another scoreless drive here for the Eagles. That time's got to hurt a lot more.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just didn't really have the distance. Definitely had, I feel like, the accuracy, and that's got to feel good if you're the Vikings. And now with 6:25 left to go in the second quarter, I feel like your plan here is maybe try and have a slow, methodical drive and also get into the end zone at this point, because I don't feel like you want Columbia City getting the football back, because they also get the ball to start the second half. So if they were to score a touchdown, they could go right back, and it could be a game.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes left here. I think you're right. The Vikings might try to go for a lot slower of a drive than they usually do. Or, I mean, if they score in the first play, that works too, I guess.
Yeah.
James looking to pass. He fires it right side to Fry. Ooh.
Oh.
And there is a flag. And I think I know what that's going to be.
Yeah, especially when you see Fry's reaction. My guess, and probably as good as yours, if that's pass interference. Yeah, and that ball was pretty high up, but I feel like there definitely was a tug on the jersey. As James was off platform, letting that thing go, used every bit of arm strength he had. It is pass interference.
Another big penalty there for the Eagles. I think I know what one of our main points is going to be
Yeah.
in halftime. That's just another thing that we mention like weekly is these penalties, when you get them pretty much at least one penalty a drive, it really adds up and it really affects you deeply.
100%. But you're used to that early in the season. But as the season progresses, hopefully these teams get better at that.
James looking through his reads. He fires it deep left again, and it's intercepted.
Whoa.
Oh, and he got in his face.
Ooh, the crowd did not like that one.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the ball hawk Gavin Smith was there. I mean, it was just a complete moon ball from James, letting that one fly. Thought he had Fry, but the arm strength was not enough, and Smith was in better position than Fry to get that ball, and he comes down with it. It's going to be the first turnover of the game for the Vikings.
Yeah, I think he just, the confidence there. I mean, you could tell he's really confident throwing that deep ball, but maybe a bit overconfident there as he lets it fly into pretty heavy coverage. As McDevitt looking to roll, and that somehow gets to Smith, and they're only going to lose one here, and I think that's very lucky for the Eagles. I don't know how he got that over to Smith.
Yeah, Shear was completely in the way. I thought he was going to snatch the ball and just take it the other way, and Smith somehow got out of a loss of what could have been like 6.
Yeah, I for sure thought that the Vikings had gotten a hold of the ball there, or at least a hold of McDevitt, but 2nd and 11 now on the Eagles 30. It's going to be a handoff to the side. He's going to get a couple here, but still 3rd and pretty long. That was Lucas Duncan there for the rush.
Yeah, now 3rd and 11. If the Vikings could get a stop here, that'd be amazing. They could get the ball back with it's counting down to the 5-minute mark. We'll see what Columbia City does here. Maybe expecting a pass on this play.
McDevitt fires a quick one. He's going to be caught short of the first down. Linker there. It's going to be 4th and 3. 4th and 2.
Yeah, great play there by Linker, just denying any extra yardage after the catch.
However, it does look like they will keep their offense out here.
And I feel like you got to think here it's going to be one right out the gut.
Yeah.
Or they might try and draw them off sides. You never know.
Yeah, you could be right there. Oh, they're going to go for a QB sneak. Does he get it? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, second effort.
Yeah, that second effort. At first, it looked like the Vikings might have stopped. Wait.
See where they do spot it. Yeah, they're going to mark it a first down.
From where the ref looked like he was spotting the ball, it looked short at first.
Yeah, it looked like he was stepping a foot beneath, but it will be a first down. So the offense will stay out there.
If you're looking at the hash marks, I don't know.
Yeah, looks. Maybe the ball's just spotted a little bit
I think the
off.
ball might be a bit behind where it's supposed to be. Which, either way. The football came out.
And the helmet. Man, 55 again. Man, he's got to get that thing tied on. Not tied on. He's just got to get it on his head.
Yeah, that's a 3rd time for him. I thought that was. I'm so. Did the football come out?
It did. It was a pitch to Smith, and the ball did come out on the pitch.
Yeah, so once again, miraculously keeping the ball in this tribe. It was a gain of 1 there. To me, handoff to the side. Once again to Parrish, and he's only going to gain a couple.
Yeah, and if you're the Vikings, this is a kind of a good position if you get a stop here. You've kept all 3 timeouts, not one that Eschbach had the call, and it's a good thing because he's been saving them. And you could maybe have a couple minutes to get the ball downfield if you stop them here on the 3rd down play.
Yeah, 3 minutes left. As it's going to be another handoff. He's met immediately by Vikings defenders, and he's dragged back.
That's 7 Viking defenders to the ball, by the way. That's a team effort. It's a great play there, as they will bring the punt unit out. The Vikings are going to have time to go down the field once more in this half.
And another tackle for loss. It's going to bring him back to 4th and 10. Another great defensive drive for the Vikings.
Yeah, so we'll bring Kaner Ellis out the punt. Linker looking to return once again. A lot of punts in this first half.
I know. It's really different than what we've used to seeing as the punt is up. Oh, and another great bounce there.
Yeah. About where it ended up the last time.
Yeah, at the 9.
Yep. Kicking it away from Linker is probably in their best favor, I would say. Not
Yeah.
giving him a chance to return.
2:16 left in the first half as the Vikings lead 12-0. Now they have a chance to maybe get one more touchdown or just any points on the board before the halftime. They do have all 3 timeouts as well.
Yeah, so you really have options here if you're Coach Eschbach on what do you want to do. Do you want to get the ball downfield like how it was to Eric Fry just a couple of drives ago, or do you want to kind of methodically go down the field here as they have a couple uncovered guys on the right side. They're going 4 to a side with James alone in the backfield.
At the middle, without a guy on him. Oh, and it's dropped. I think that was Fry there with the target.
Man.
Was a guy on that right side, though, completely unguarded.
Oh, yeah. There was no protection. They sent either one, I don't know if they sent one extra or just he wasn't picked up, but James could have been absolutely laid out on that play.
Yeah, they sent, I think, a couple extra on that play, which, I mean, it's smart for this Eagles defense. They haven't really gotten much pressure on him until that point.
You know, it's a good play on the pass defense as well.
Yeah, drops back to pass, this time rolling to his right. He fires. It's caught. He breaks a tackle. He's got room. He's to the 40, the 50, and he runs out of bounds. Smart there from Linker.
And it's a great throw on the run by James as well, right over one of the defenders who tried to jump up and get a hand on it, but a perfect ball, and then the broken tackle and the run after catch all the way to about midfield.
Yeah, that's going to be stopped. 1st and 10 on the Vikings 48. And they got out of bounds, so still 2:07 left and didn't have to burn a timeout.
Yeah,
39-yard passing play there.
Yeah, from what it looks like in this first half, it doesn't look like James has missed a beat.
James now in an empty backfield, dropping back to pass, looking to that right side. He's going to run. He's got a bit of room, and he slides.
Yeah, I think he might have learned his lesson from a couple weeks ago, trying to fight for extra yardage.
Yeah, just smart to keep yourself out of those type of situations. And when they have this much time left, it's smart to just stick with the second and short instead of risking another injury for 1 or 2 extra yards. As James drops back to pass, fires over the middle, and he's hit as he's thrown.
Oh, he's down again. Looked like he held his arm a little bit. He just had to get rid of it. There was 2 guys right around him.
There's a Eagle banged up there too.
He looks fine though, moving that throwing arm, so.
Yeah, he stays out there. He got up pretty quickly. Just took a big hit there.
Yeah, I feel like with all these hits that he's been taking, he's definitely thankful for that Guardian cap so far.
Yeah. It's now James once again in an empty backfield. Throw it over the top. And that's Linker there with another catch and another first down.
And you've seen Columbia City trying to go for that ball, at least to get it out. I think that was Sam Bean who tried to draw the ball out, but the ball was on the other side of Linker. So it'll be a first down, and he gets out of bounds with a minute and 31 left to go. Still, the Vikings have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, great drive so far if you're the Vikings. Still have a decent amount of time left, but not enough to where if they were to score, it would give the Eagles that much time.
Sheer in motion to the left.
Also motioning McQueen. Fakes the handoff to him. Fires that right side to Shearer. He's going to get a couple here. I think about 5 yards.
I'm really liking how this offense is operating in the 2-minute drill, getting stuff that's more outside to the numbers so that they have opportunities to run out of bounds so they don't have to feel really pressured to get to the ball quickly. And it's working here, and they have time to set up their plays how they want to.
Yeah, another decent gain there. Only used about 4 seconds. It's James once again and empty. Drops back. Looks over the middle. He's rolling to his right now.
Ooh. Yeah, I think he was looking for, I don't know who he was looking for there. Maybe it was Fry on that right side, but he thought about going deep for a second, it looked like, but opted to roll out, explore other options, and it'll fall incomplete. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and I do see a Sink over there warming up.
Timeout.
as Huntington
North.
North will call their first timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big 3rd and 5, too. I feel like this is a good spot for Coach Eschbach to use one of these timeouts.
Team up with United.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 here on the Eagles 33 with minute 22 left. We'll see if the Vikings can convert. Although I do think that they might just go for it regardless. Unless they get... Nah, they're probably going to go for it.
I mean, yeah, we did see Sink and warm-up hit from this distance, but from warming up into the actual game, it's a very different premises here.
This is close to the field goal he hit in the Northrop game, which I believe was
41.
Yeah, 41 yards. They're close to that. A bit longer.
As looks like Eschbach is done talking to the offense, and they will walk back out there. And what do you think they might do on this 3rd and 5 play? I mean, running the ball has been really effective, so you think they got to go to the pass, right?
Yeah, I could see maybe a screen pass to Linker. We usually see some of those on these type of plays. Or, I mean, maybe just a streak for Eric Fry.
3rd and 5 at the
Never know.
32-yard line.
It looks like they will be passing going out of empty.
Drops back to pass. Lost it to the right side. It's caught. I think he's going to be just short of a first down. 4th and 1.
Yeah, only a yard to go, and you get out of the bounds. I mean, I feel like you've got to maybe go for it here. If you're the Vikings, only 1 yard. As James wants to hurry his guys up to the line.
A 4-yard gain to the 29-yard line. 4th and 1.
I could see James keeping this for himself.
I don't know. They're putting a lot of guys in the box.
Yeah, you're right. He's going to drop back to pass. There's an open rusher immediately. It's caught, and that's a first down. Once again, Linker. James did take a hit there, but he's quick to get back up.
Yeah, great job by James. And I mean, this Columbia City team is taking a lot of soft zone coverage, and the Vikings are making them pay by putting some short routes on there out there to the outside. And those are easy target throws that James probably makes in practice. I mean, nothing really to it, as it'll be only 1 minute and 14 seconds left, and James back in the empty here, with McQueen out there at receiver as well.
There's a flag. And I think this might be a false start.
Yep.
The penalty is a false start on the Vikings.
Yeah, it almost looked like Columbia City defender almost had encroachment on that play, but barely wasn't past the line. And it'll be a 5-yard loss for the Vikings now to their own 29.
1st and 15 at the 29-yard line.
As Linker will walk back out on the field. Shear in line with the offensive lineman at tight end.
Yeah, 1st and 15 on the 29 now. 1:14 left. James looking over the middle. He's going to try to get anything there, but he's sacked.
Yeah, losing more yards there is not what you want to see. It's going to be about probably 2nd and 20-ish, I would assume. Almost 20. And the clock will tick here as Coach Eschbach decides not to call a timeout, and James will get his guys to the play set early.
A 4-yard loss to the 33-yard line. 2nd and 19.
As 2nd and long here. He's got pressure again.
Oh, I think
There's a flag. I think it's going to be holding. He's going to loft this out. It's incomplete.
The pass is incomplete. There is a flag on this play.
Yeah, I think they're going to get – I think that was a guy up the middle. I think they're going to get gradeless for holding in the backfield, and that's going to put him back even more. Penalties have been kind of killing this drive.
The penalty is holding.
As it is holding, but they will actually decline this. So it's going to end up being 3rd and 19 here. As I don't know what you want to do if you're the Vikings here. I mean, you could go for a pass, try and get all that yardage back. But I feel like that's what they would do anyways, just in case to try and get a field goal out of this play, as they'll move the ball back up. I don't know why they would decline this. I mean,
maybe I think they're just trying to get the ball back as soon as possible.
The penalty is declined by the Eagles, bringing up 3rd down for the Vikings.
I guess they just didn't want to give the Vikings an extra down to do anything, as Coach Eschbach will call his 2nd timeout.
I think that's smart for the Eagles there. They're just trying to give themselves maybe one final chance of getting something up the field. Although with how much time's left, I don't know if that's going to happen either way.
Yeah, that's true, because if they would have given them an extra down, that means more time off the clock as well. So it makes sense.
They do still, however, have all 3 timeouts, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, but I mean, Columbia City getting shut out in this first half. It's an incredible job by the Vikings defense, and they've really made a statement so far today, especially with some key guys out. I mean, Ken Swain, you see, is on crutches. Ethan Johnson's also on crutches. Jemison not in the game. He plays some defense from time to time.
Yeah, the first 3 running backs.
The first 3 running backs, yeah.
There's a lot missing from this team. But Latham being back really just has added that spark we saw in the beginning of that Northrop game.
He'll got up empty once again.
James dropping back to pass. He's got a rusher.
Whoa!
That was a late hit.
Yeah.
There's a flag on this play.
Yeah, Linker let him know too.
Yeah, they hit James pretty late there.
I mean, that was so clear. I mean, just before the ball even arrived to him, just shoved him to the ground. I think that was Sam Bean who just kind of obliterated him. Oh, man. Vikings weren't happy about that shove either. As I think they're discussing where to spot the ball as well. And that's got to be pass interference for sure.
Oh, I also saw there was a pretty late hit on James in the backfield. So,
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, I didn't. That's what.
Pass interference.
Okay, that's what I was thinking the play was going to be on. He took a pretty big hit after the throw.
Yeah, I saw the sideline judge about where Linker was hit. He immediately threw the flag, as that'll give the Vikings even better position here. And it'll be third and way shorter now.
Yeah, once again, these penalties for the Eagles really messing with them. And another flag. False start.
Man.
The penalty is a false start against the Vikings.
Man, another thing I even noticed before that play, I mean, the Vikings only having their 5 offensive linemen, not keeping anybody else in the block. They're letting one of the edge guys through almost every single time. Their offensive line is not sliding to where the pressure is coming from. And it's affecting James' time to throw, and he's having to make off-platform throws because of it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really risky, especially with him his first game back from an injury. Drops back to pass. There's the late hit.
That's a late hit. Oh, now a little bit of shoving here from the offensive line.
Yeah, that was even more blatant than the last one.
I mean, I feel like the Vikings have to bring somebody else in the block. You can't just have guys getting clean shots on James here. Well, that wasn't a clean shot, for one, but still getting blatant hits there. It's never good to have on your quarterback.
Yeah, the last one that I was talking about, it was pretty close, but that one was pretty blatantly a later hit on the quarterback. So,
yeah, I was kind of eyeing him on that play. He was looking to where the football is being snapped, and that's kind of a dead giveaway that probably a blitz is coming, and nobody picked him up on that left side. I think that's Freiberger, who's the left tackle, just was already engaged with a different block, and there's no chance he could get there.
I think with how well they've been throwing the ball to begin with, I think it's safe to just add another guy on there. Like, just throw one of the tight ends on the line, or just...
100%. And
wait.
What are they calling?
Wait.
Oh my, was there a false start before the play even happened? And they didn't whistle it dead? Is that what it's going to be? What?
Wow.
I mean, this is what we were talking about earlier with how the false starts can be called late sometimes, and it just kind of brings a whole bunch of confusion.
He threw the flag after James was hit. I don't see...
Oh, it is.
Oh, it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, man.
They moved the ball back and then moved it back.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there. But it is going to be roughing the passer on the Eagles. That's going to give the. Is it going to give the Vikings a
yes,
first down?
It is.
Yeah. It's a little slow to get there.
With a very confusing turn of events there, the Vikings have the first down on the 19. I was so confused there because they very much threw the flag as soon as he got hit.
Yeah, and only 29 seconds left to go in the second half. Only one timeout for the Vikings. Man, that was a confusing series of events. Usually have a couple of those happen per game, usually.
Yeah, I mean, even for the rest, it's still early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's getting back into the swing of things. As I thought he was about to say something. He's just listening to play on. So James, once again, out of empty. He's got 3 on that left side. He fires over the middle. Incomplete. The target there was Shearer.
I mean, it's a good idea, but I feel like, yeah, McIntosh just had a really good coverage on that play. Almost trying to dive and get it. Looked like Shearer did a somersault in the end zone after, just from trying to control his body. But that's definitely the guy you want to go to in the red zone. I mean, Shearer is a really, really big body. I think 6'4", 6'3". I mean, probably one of the bigger guys on the team, and you definitely want to go to him for that kind of play.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 now on the 14. 25 seconds left. James dropping back. He's going to run here for himself. He's at the 5. And he gets in! Lathan James with the rushing touchdown. Overpowered one of the defenders and pushed his way in.
You know, we kind of clowned James for trying to fight for extra yards when he got his concussion, but he does not seem phased, running through several defenders and getting the touchdown for his team, and that's just the kind of competitor that Lathan James has come to be. As I also saw Kristen Jemison, who is injured, by the way, on the sideline, do a one-handed, like, gymnastics move. I have no idea, but he was hyped for that play. And they'll keep the offense out here for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they want to make this 20-0.
Shearer in motion.
Linker also in motion. Fakes the pass.
Oh.
I think he did hand that off, but it just lost it.
Yeah, I thought he still had the ball just from how Linker reacted, but since it is a forward pass, it will not be a fumble, and it'll be 18-0 Vikings.
With 18 seconds left. I think that was for that position, a perfect drive for the Vikings, leaving hardly any time left for the Eagles and also getting some more points on the board.
I mean, just so many penalties on that drive. That was really, really difficult to catch up. I think at least like 6.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how many yards have been lost this game due to penalties, because I don't even want to know the amount right now, how much has been lost already.
Yeah, I feel like if you're the Vikings here, don't give Columbia City a chance to return this.
No,
I feel like
not
especially
at all.
after the last one.
Yeah, just kick this out of bounds like they were doing against Northrop.
Because, yeah, their passing offense hasn't really been anything too special. So if you're Steele, I would assume you'd kick this out of bounds. You especially don't want them to score here with them getting the ball to start the second half.
Kicking off for the Vikings, 99, Devin Steele.
Oh, it's a squib kick. Oh, he's going to be taken down immediately at the 30.
Grabbed onto his ankle, and there's also a flag. I mean, usually if there's a flag on the kick return, it usually is a hold or a legal block in the back.
And from the position of it, I think it's going to be exactly that.
Yeah. By the announcement, you hear Max double on the tackle, got his hands wrapped around his ankle and did not let go. Let the other Vikings getting there for the tackle. Yeah, I think they did end up packing it up.
First and 10 for the Eagles at their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, at your own 29, only 12 seconds left to go. Wouldn't be surprised if they did kneel this ball and just go into the half, but with being down 18, they might try something. We never know.
I think it really depends on what this penalty is, where it's going to put them.
They're discussing it right now in the middle, near the middle of the field. At least the middle of the hashes, I guess, by the 30.
And now Still no call on the flag.
But they are going to set the ball on.
So was it waived?
I have no clue.
No, yeah, I guess the flag was just waved off. Usually they signal if it is, but...
Oh,
and
the ball's out.
The ball came out.
Oh my goodness, I think the Vikings
Did the
have
Vikings
the ball.
get the football?
What?
They did!
That's a catastrophic mistake if you're
What
Kansas
a
City.
turn of events again.
I don't understand how he fumbled that ball, but did he try to kneel it and the snap was bad? I have no idea what went on there.
I'm really not sure, but what do you do if you're the Vikings here?
I mean, 7 seconds. You do have a timeout, so if you do get the ball, it's either got to be in the end zone or you got to get the ball closer. And I feel like with the ball on the left hash, you want to get the ball in the middle of the field if you're going to want to make a field goal easier. So it's got to be one of those two things.
Yeah, I could see a really quick pass here just to get a little bit more yardage for a field goal. Or they go end zone. It's one of the two.
It's got to be one of the two. We'll see what they do here.
They can't, like we said, they can't take too much time here. Got to leave at least a second left.
As they look to pass, most likely. Out of empty again. Let's see what they do here.
James dropping back. He's going to fire to the end zone.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Fry wants a flag. So does the entire crowd.
They're not going to get it, though. So.
And they're going to bring Sink out there. Man, Fry was really looking to run past him, and I feel like it was a decent ball. There was definitely some, from what I could at least see, some early contact, but no call on the field.
This is going to be a very long one here.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I think this is a 47, 45, 47, something like that.
Yeah.
Longest kick of his career so far.
The longest. We've seen him nail a 41-yarder, and we both said, I'm pretty sure, that it could have gotten a few more yards. Let's see if he can here.
I think there's going to be a timeout called.
I think the Eagles might be icing.
No, I think that was the Vikings.
Well, they didn't.
Actually, now they have 0 timeouts.
Oh yeah, because I guess it wasn't incompletion last play, so they still had their timeout.
As we'll see what they go for here. Not really sure. But yeah, with 2 seconds left, going to the end zone again probably isn't the best decision here. And you definitely got to give Sink at least a chance to make this a 3-touchdown game. As, Sink will continue to be out there. And if you're the guys up front for the Vikings, you've got to make sure you block here. Want to give him as much time as you can. As it's a long kick. Man, the stands are going to go crazy if he hits this long of a kick.
Getting some advice from the stands here now. The kick is up. Oh, and it's just short. It had the line. It looked like it might be there, but just a bit short. It was a great attempt.
Man, what a half for the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, not really much else you can say there. That's a great half. At halftime, the Vikings lead the Columbia City Eagles by a score of 18-0. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the Huntington North Vikes halftime performance. But on the radio, it'll just be a short break. Either way, we'll be back. You're listening to Huntington North Viking Football on Viking Radio, 91.9 WBSH, brought to you by Bippis State Bank and First Federal Savings Bank.
Oswald Stepler, Cooper Tindall, Lennox Vanover, Eli Whitaker, Mason Ripley, Colin Yarger, Callan Gear, Landon Feltner, Clayton Talby, Cooper Walters, Maxwell Foltz, Quinn Justice, Logan Holloway, Luke Moore, Jackson Jones, Angelo Lissanikia, Logan Platt, Henry Slade, Sebastian Newsom, and Camden McKenzie. 8th grade Crestview Cougars include Aiden Smith, Anderson Royst, Lane Bowen, Bentley Bowen, Nolan Detzenor, Easton Ingle, Abel McCormick, Israel McCormick, Jeremiah Snow, Sawyer Mulvey, Carson Kiefer, Aiden Warner, Jonah Fields, Carson Conkey, Lucas Ricosi, Zandberg Balbadiana, Bryson Times, Ben Filomeno, Corbin Gearhart, Brody Perdue, Caden Kunert, Mason Eidson, Cody Wellman, Arthur Kalhofer, Alex Parrott, Elliot Paxson, Joey Goldhorn, and Christopher Tome. 7th grade coaches are John Gear and Nick Tynes. 8th grade coach Robert Slick and Nick Hayward. Riverview 7th grade. Curtis Henderson, Wyatt Garrison, Nash Bauer, David Davis, Dax Bailey, Abel Curry, Hunter Davenreiner, Ami Sunderman, Elliot Rios, Brody Kimmel, Hendricks Tyler, Jackson Nicola, Jesse Hainline, Case Griffin, Wyatt Waters, Brody Jones, Brantley Denman, JC Shakami, Caden Rudig, Cam Ferris, Jamison Davis, Ray Nelson, Leighton Chesterman, and Noah Woost. 8th graders include Kyler Fry, Maddox Baker, Gavin Strout, Ian Shoemaker, Clay Holslinger, Bryce Kelsey, Aiden Johnson, Finley Smith, Ezra Working, Blake Buckhorn, Jackson Jones, Drew Rice, Greg Matthews, Chance Myers, Camden Royst, Israel Goebel, Carter Hannon, Severin Leist, and Graham Norris. Coaches of the Raiders are Andy Ellett, Adrian Halberstadt, Aaron Popplewell, and Trent McCarver. Our middle school Cougars and Raiders, your future Vikings. Welcome to the field, your Huntington North Marching Vikes. The Vikes are under the direction of Michael Pettick and Alexander Walters. The drum majors are Isaiah Carter, Hadley Parsons, and Kristen Plasterer. Tonight, they will be performing their parts of their 2025 competition program titled The Colors of Creativity. Drum majors, the field is yours for exhibition. The Marching Vikes would like to thank their sponsors, Huntington County Community Schools, the Huntington North Band Parents Organization, Viridian Architecture, and Jeremy Garner, Remax Results. Tomorrow, the band competes at DeKalb.
It's incredible. I mean, no, I don't think I really expected that either. I mean, the Cal isn't a horrible program, but East Noble has been a powerhouse over the past couple of years, and to be scoreless at halftime, it's just really interesting to me. But back to the Vikings as well. Actually, not back to the Vikings. In the first quarter of Norwell versus Belmont, Norwell leads the Braves 13-7. So that's also a close game. Definitely some interesting games going on in the NEA conference right now.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, everything's really up in the air for the standings as of right now, and it would be really helpful for Huntington North if they could see one of those teams, especially East Noble, take a loss.
100%. And also with the last score, Leo at halftime is leading New Haven 21-7 as well. But going back to the Vikings, other than the one turnover by Lathan James, which is basically an arm plant, if I'm the Vikings, I wouldn't be too mad with that. It was on third down as well, and he just tried to let something go, and it didn't work out. And that's okay if you try that. You're giving your receiver a shot in one-on-one. You completely get it, but everything else from James has been spot on this half. The throws, the short passes to Linker have been amazing throughout this game. He's just doing everything efficiently, and it's really nice if you're the Vikings to have him back out. I mean, especially with the running threat as well, getting him off platform, and he's still delivering great throw after great throw. Nothing else you can really complain about here.
Yeah, looking at it, the Vikings have 7 tackles for loss on this game so far, and the leading tackler for this team also with 7 tackles, Mason Patak. He's been everywhere so far this game, so great for him so far. He's also brought in 1 sack, so great game for him.
Yeah, and he's a guy that I didn't really expect to really do much, but when I saw him at the starting middle linebacker, I'm like, he definitely is a smaller guy for a linebacker, but he does not play small at all. He plays like he's a 6'3" linebacker, and it's really been showing over the past couple of weeks. I mean, I wrote him down for this week. 11 tackles, had 1 for loss, and adding a sack to it and some more tackles. He's been flying to the ball, and he plays with a lot of energy, and he wants to see his team succeed.
Yeah, and if we flip this over to the Eagles side, I mean, not really much we can say for them. This rushing attack that we're used to seeing, really strong for them so far, but not as strong as strong as in that's what they keep going to, but as of like just getting anything going there, it's just not working. They've had 7 different people rush the football, and none of that seems to be working the best for them. And then the passing game, which we talked about at the beginning that they might want to try. Currently, McDevitt 3 for 8 with 6 yards. So definitely something we want to work on. Smith with one of those catches, and then Elkins with another.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want when it comes to passing attack, but you know, like we said, they don't really pass the ball that much. Their offense is mainly ran through the run, but when they can't run the ball, they're really limited in what they can do to get down the field.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to maybe see some adjustments there.
Happen very often.
Perchance, because if they want to stay in this game, they got to figure it out fast, and we might see that on this opening drive.
Yeah, and I think as long as the Vikings can prevent turnovers, make smart plays, and continue to run this clock down how they've been doing, I mean, just incredible. And the receiving wasn't even that bad, too. I mean, 62 yards through the air. And Steve did their thing as well. Last year, if it's Columbia City, I mean, Gavin Smith had 2 picks, has one in this game. Also a fumble recovery. There was a lot of turnovers last year, but now with the Vikings limiting their turnovers today and also playing really improved run defense, they're having no problem stopping this team.
Yeah, that was an issue that we both mentioned briefly in the pregame, was that run defense and the defensive line, and I really can't say that I have a issue with either of those aspects of this game so far. They've been getting to the quarterback when he has dropped back to pass, and they've really limited the amount of yards that the running back gets.
Yeah, it's just really impressive, and you can kind of feel in the stadium how I feel like there's just like a new life with James coming back. I mean, quarterback is probably one of the most important positions in sports, let alone in general. And it kind of just energizes your guys to be like, okay, we got one of our most important players back now. Let's go prove to him why we're good teammates and why we can help win this game. And they're doing that. As I said before, the Eagles will get the ball to receive in the second half, and we're about to get underway here.
Yeah, the one thing I would say for the Vikings here is they need to watch that extra rusher. They let Lathan take a couple of big hits there in that final drive, and maybe chatting one more lineman there will help prevent that. But either way, we are ready to kick off now, as it's going to be a short kick here.
Oh, no.
And he's going to be taken down at about midfield.
Yeah, they're trying to reduce the return by kicking it short instead of kicking it out of bounds. And hasn't really helped too much. It'll be right at midfield.
Yeah, and also last year we did see them try to go for a couple of onside kick attempts. So always just trying to keep the special teams for the other team on their toes.
Yes, they'll start out in this really tight formation once again, one we've seen all night.
It's going to be a handoff. He's going to stumble in the backfield, but he will break out for a big run. He's to the 35, and he's going to be dragged out by... Who is that? That's McQueen there, as he was finally able to take him down. That was number 24 on the carry there, Lucas Duncan.
Yeah, the right side of that offensive line and the receiver that was out there. I mean, they did a great job at blocking, opening up a lane, and that's their biggest run of the night.
Yeah, Duncan being one of their most consistently productive so far on the night. So we're going to hand it off to Parrish, but he's going to be caught pretty quickly and only a gain of 1.
Yeah, and that's, I feel like, the Viking strength tonight, defending the interior run. And the outside run has been a little shaky at times because, I mean, those tackles are doing a really good job, I feel like, and not letting the Vikings hold their edge. But, yeah, we're going to see what they do here. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Putting one receiver out wide once again with Linker over him. That's Elkins.
McDevitt. Going to roll out to his left. Looking to pass. And they're going to take him down. So they get to the quarterback once again. I see Goodnight down there.
I think it was his second to get there. I don't know who that other one was, but he came down. I think that was Petak again.
I think you're right. That was Mason Petak once again.
Yeah, I mean, Walker Goodnight came off the edge on the right side and slipped. Couldn't quite get to him, but got revenge on the second effort.
Yeah, that was a interesting play call there. He rolled really far back on that left side. And now they're going to hand it off, and he's going to go backwards. Another loss. Potentially, I think they're going for it here.
Man, keeping their offense on the foot on 4th and 15.
I mean, this is pretty much too short to punt.
Oh, man. Let's see what they do here. Watch out for an offsides. They might try and do that as well.
It's going to be a handoff into another handoff to Smith. He gets to that outside. He won't get the first down, though. It was a good game there for Smith, but just still short of the first down.
Yeah, it was a double handoff, one to the inside and back out to Smith. That got the Vikings really guessing. I was really confused why they were just going to run the ball, but I can see why they did it. It's a great play call, but not going to get them the first down, unfortunately. as the Vikings will come back out onto the field, and you've got to be feeling good about that first defensive stop there.
11-yard gain to the 28-yard line, short of the first down. That's where the Vikings will
Yeah,
take
so now
over.
we get to see James for the first time in this second half. And as I mentioned before, he had a great first half. Over 150 passing yards and a touchdown. And although he did have that one interception, he's looked great otherwise.
And you hear the crowd really getting into it as well. The stomps as well. Two tight ends in motion there.
And they hand it off to Sawyer. And he stopped immediately. Looks like he might have
Carrying the ball for the Vikings.
fumbled the
28, Sawyer Cobb.
handoff there. It was kind of bobbling it for a second.
Stopped by the Eagles.
Yeah, I
62,
think so too. I
James
think,
Pettigrew.
yeah, Pesengrew looked to be the first to get there, as Carl is going to be stopped for a pretty big loss. The first play, not what you want to see.
4 yards
And they
lost.
haven't really been able to run the ball too much. It's been a really big struggle without Jemison in the game.
I mean, last week we saw a glimpse of some rushing from Johnson, but then he got taken out pretty quickly. I think 2 or 3 plays in. And so Jane's now an empty. He's going to roll to his right. He fires, and it's caught. Is that
Kaler?
Oh, it is Kaler. It's on that far sideline. So now it's going to be 3rd and medium. I think maybe 3rd and 5.
Yeah, but good job by James to go through his progressions and finds Kaler there for a gain of 5, and it's a manageable 3rd down for 3rd and 5.
Yeah, once again, going out of empty. We might see some motion. No, he just drops back to pass. He's going to fire deep down that left sideline to Linker, and it's caught! It was a jump ball between him and number 2, Tanner Ellis, and he just got up over him and got the first down.
Yeah, Linker completely bosses him right there, and he let him know after the play too. Big gain, and it puts the Vikings into Columbia City territory.
I mean, there's been quite a few times we've mentioned where Linker might be a bit undersized at his position at receiver and corner.
He does
you would
not play
be
like
able
it.
to tell that at all if you look at his stats and how he plays. What a great 3rd down conversion is. Now they're at the 36 on the Eagles sideline. It's going to be a quick pass to McQueen. He just barely takes a hold of him and takes him down after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, we know McQueen is dangerous in open space, just can't quite evade the first tackler. It'll be a gain of a couple, though.
Yeah, that was a 31-yard catch from Linker there.
As looks like Carl will come back into the game. We'll put a running back in the backfield as Kaler goes out to the right with Linker in the slot.
And that is Fry on that left side. We've seen Lathan go to him deep a couple times as he does roll to his left side. It's caught by Fry, and he's going to be close to the first down.
They might give it to him. We'll see.
Yeah, you're right. He might have gotten it. I think he might be 3rd in inches.
Yeah, they're going to mark him just short.
Yeah, just bare. Wait.
Oh, no, it is a
He
first.
did get the first down.
It was really close. I think he just barely got there. Nice pickup there on the outside. I mean, the Eagles are just running really soft zone, and so allowing some of these plays in the flats to develop, and James and the Vikings offense are taking full advantage. Has 3 to James right.
Throws a quick out to Fry on that left side. It's caught. And he gets a bit more yardage out of that. It's another first down. Now they're inside the 15.
Yeah, Vikings are really glad to have him back on the chemistry's been good. It's a curl route about 10 yards deep, and James hits it right. Fry's about to turn around. Great chemistry there. And it gets another first down.
Yeah, just short of 1st and goal. As out of empty once again, Lathan drops back to pass. Fires to that left sideline corner. And it's incomplete. Very close. That would have been an insane catch if he brought that down.
Yeah, he went up with one, trying to just grab a hold of it with kind of a little bit too far out of the end zone to go get that one, especially with 2 guys draped over him. Has he has one safety kind of sided to him as well. Does not want him to get the football anymore, as he will be pressed on this play. Bunch to his right.
James dropping back. He's going to try to run for it. He spins. He lets go of it. Incomplete. Good way to evade the pressure there.
I have no idea how he escaped that pressure.
And I will mention, after that last 15-yard catch from Eric Fry, that does take him over 100 receiving yards for the game so far. 4 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. Great game so far for Fry on his first game back on offense.
I'm still confused on how James escaped that pressure. I mean, there was guys all around him. He did a couple spins, and it did fall incomplete, so at least nothing bad happened there.
It's going to be a direct run. It's going to take a pretty big hit there. It's going to be a loss of 1 or 2. And I think they might go, they're going to go for the field goal here.
Yeah, I think it's the smart thing to do. Go up by 3 touchdowns, and it would be a 21-0 game. And to go up by 3 possessions, the Vikings got to like that. Well, they're already up by 3 possessions, but they'd be better off doing that. As we're just counting down here to the 6-minute mark in the third quarter. Vikings still lead the Eagles 18-0 as of right now.
Yeah, this will be about a 30-yard field goal here as it's up, and it is good. Sink once again. They really have a lot of faith in him.
30-yard field goal by
Yeah, only a freshman as well. He'll only develop his years of accuracy and kick power as well. Losing Johan last year, definitely bad, especially for what he did for this team with the game-winning kick in the sectional championship game. And for him to come out here, hit a couple of field goals, I mean, it's got to give hope for the Vikings for the future of their special teams.
I mean, even last year, they really didn't go for field goals that often. They did go for 4th down conversions quite a bit at the time. That also does have a lot to do with how confident they were in their offense. But it just shows that they have just that much confidence in Sink here, as he gets another field goal through. As now it's 21-0 Vikings with just under halfway through.
Yeah, and I find it really cool how they have one guy for, kickoffs and one guy for field goals. I mean, you get everybody involved, and that's what I like as well. I mean, I feel like Coach Eschbach gets a lot of different guys involved, and he plays some starters on offense, on defense as well, but I feel like it's really differentiates throughout, especially on the line and through the secondary as well.
And they also have a different guy for punting as well.
Yeah, they have Fry for punting. Almost forgot about that one.
Yeah, there's just a lot of depth here for these Vikings. Is once again another short kick, just trying to avoid the long returns.
And that's a nice tackle there, as we'll see Columbia City come back out as Goodnight seems to be a little bit shaken up. He was the one who got the tackle. And yeah, he looks a little bit shaken up on the sideline.
27, Walker Goodnight.
Yeah, he immediately took his helmet off when he got out there. I think he's just a little bit shaken. He's up, though. I think he should be fine. Just a little bit of the wind knocked out of him.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, 41-yard line.
Once again, we'll see this Eagles offense that hasn't been able to get much of anything going offensively.
Oh. That's
going to be a false start.
Yeah, he just tied forward instantly. That was Carson Carpenter with the false start. Number 79 for the Eagles. As Goodnight comes immediately back out onto the field, subbing out for Gage Joseph.
Yeah, I believe he was just got the wind knocked out of him and just wanted to take a minute. It's going to be a handoff. He's got a bit of room. But McQueen gets him down, short of the first down.
Yeah, great tackle there on the backside. It'll still be second down, but still a really big play to give up. The Vikings have been successful when it comes to those inside runs, but the outside runs, they've been kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this Columbia City offense. You really never know who they're going to hand it off to. Now it's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's got the first down, but not much more after that. Maybe a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and the thing with heavy rushing offense, especially being down in a deficit like this by 3 touchdowns, once you run the ball a lot more and you might not even get to the line that fast, the clock just keeps going. it never really stops unless you call a timeout or there's some sort of penalty. So I feel like the Eagles, with only 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter, feel maybe a little bit pressured at this point.
I agree. Now McDevitt going to hand it off once again, and he's not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
there's a late flag, though.
I don't know if they're going to call there. There was so many Vikings to the ball, which I couldn't really see anything. Maybe potentially some sort of face mask, or I don't know. That was a late flag if it was for false start as well. I'm not really sure what they're going to call here.
This one won't be a false start. I'm just waiting to see.
I mean, they are discussing. Yeah.
Yeah, they've made the signal for face mask.
Yeah, looks like he was brought down by the face mask.
So after the big tackle for loss, it's going to be completely wiped, as it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, Vikings did not like that call, and they will be backed up here as McDevitt definitely likes that was the call there. Gives the Eagles a free first down, and they'll be at the Vikings 35 now.
Yeah, but like you were saying about the rushing offense taking a lot of time, they've already got 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter, and it's just gonna keep running more and more time off for them if they keep this rushing offense. They might get a few scores out of it, but I don't know. Another handoff. Oh, I know McDevitt kept it for himself. The Vikings weren't fooled, however, and he's gonna not get anything on the play.
Yeah, Goodnight's there again. It almost looked like he ripped half of his jersey off of his shoulder pads there. He grabbed onto the top of that jersey and just pulled him down. Great job there by Goodnight to set the edge and make sure he doesn't get away. It'll be 2nd and 10, no gain there. As you hear this crowd getting hyped. I mean, they love how they're playing against their rival.
And McDevitt once again under center. He's going to hand it off. He gets a bit of yardage here. Will not get the first down, though.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit short. Probably going to be about 3rd and 2. I feel like you'd expect here an inside run just to try and get the yardage that they need. This is definitely 2-down territory, by the way. Vikings loading the box, putting 5 to the line.
If they are going to sneak this. I don't know if he got it.
I feel like he's a little short.
We'll see what they mark it, though.
You're going to see what the ball ended up as well. Yeah, that's short. That's short by about a couple, like maybe 6 inches, maybe. And so if you're the Eagles, I feel like you could expect the same call here.
Yeah. But the Vikings don't want to be too sure about that because this is a real easy way to just get a guy on the outside for a long game.
Yeah, I agree. But here they go. They got it.
They got that.
Yeah, really no problem there. On the same sneak call, McDevitt picks up the first down once again.
Yeah, but like the time is ticking away here. They're getting the first downs and they're moving down the field, but now only 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Columbia City gonna roll out, and he's sacked. He was met with pressure almost immediately, but he's finally taken down.
That was Landrum who got to him. Kane Landrum, that is. Always forget that there's several Landrums on the Vikings defense. Yeah, Goodnight looked like he also got there first, but couldn't quite hang on to him.
I think it's 2nd and 14 now. And McDevitt rolls out to his right. He fires to the other side, and it's almost picked off.
Oh, man. That's really unfortunate. I think, was that Ben Roth?
I think that was Roth there. He had it in his hands with the Eagles receiver batted out of his hands. So almost looked like an opposite.
Yeah. Positions were flipped there. Roth was more playing receiver, and the wide receiver playing defensive back. And it'll be 3rd and 13, a long ways to go here for the Eagles. See if they go with another designed rollout.
McDevitt rolling to his right again. He fires and overthrown.
Yeah, McQueen with really good coverage as well. I don't really think that would have been anywhere close.
So once again, another 4th down face. But I'm sure they're probably going to go for it here.
Yeah, if they are going to go for this, it's going to be a long kick if they were going to, but their offense will stay out on the field.
I mean, they did attempt a longer one earlier, but they will keep the ball.
Yeah, watch out for the misdirection here for the Vikings.
He will drop back to pass, rolls to that right side again. He fires. It's complete. Did he get the first down?
I don't think he did.
No, I think he's a yard short. So close. It's going to be another turnover on downs.
Man, that is really close. That's about an inch or two short. The fans seem to love it.
Yeah, this Vikings defense seems like a totally different unit than we've seen the past couple games.
Yeah, now the offense will come back out here to the field, and I don't know. You're in a little bit of a weird spot. The Vikings haven't been able to run the ball too effectively, and especially when you're up 3 touchdowns like this, you just want the clock to keep running. So you might see some different plays. I could see some touch passes, maybe some different ways to get the ball in play here without throwing incompletions. As Carl will be in the backfield here for this first play.
It's going to be handoff to him, and he's going to get a couple, but not much more afterwards.
Yeah, maybe gets 1 or possibly 2.
Rushing the ball for the Vikings, 28, Sawyer Carl.
Yeah, and like we said, he's kind of been thrown into the fire when it comes to the running back position. Not even registered on the roster as a running back. Actually, yeah, he is listed as a running back now, I guess, but he just didn't expect to get all this playing time, and now with so many injuries on the running back position, he's been thrown in there and doing a solid job.
Yeah, and this might be the last play of the 3rd quarter here. There's only 30 seconds left. Jane's going to drop back to pass. Fires to that right side, and it's intercepted. And he's going to return to the 10. Jane's taking him down.
Man, that's just unfortunate. And
there's a
late
flag. There was a bit of shoving going on after the play there.
I mean, that's just unfortunate. It was either batted.
It was batted, yeah.
Yeah, it was batted and just way up to the air and right into the hands of an Eagles defender. I couldn't quite tell who that was on the pick. And it's also going to give the Eagles really good position. That's probably the worst case scenario for the Vikings. Now they get really deep into their own territory.
Yeah, if you're the Vikings there, you want as long of a drive as possible.
But I think that late flag was on the Eagles, maybe for taunting.
Yeah, I think they were egging on the Vikings players there.
Yeah, they're going to move them back. So that's a plus, at least, if you're the Vikings. Gives you a little bit of breathing room when you're on defense. We'll see if they can stop them once again.
Yeah, so this ball will be marked at the Vikings 22. And yeah, just an unfortunate turn of events there. A great look from the Eagles defender that got his hand up and popped that ball straight up into the air.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Right to an Eagles defender. It's going to be another handoff to the outside. There is a flag, presumably holding. Although the Vikings... Wait, they lost the football. And the Vikings, depending on this penalty, I think the Vikings might get the football back.
I think Shear might have ripped that out. I think he was the first one to the ball. I couldn't really see. As Jemison type on the sideline as well.
This defense, man, this is just an entirely different unit than we've been used to seeing.
Yeah, they're playing with some purpose tonight. That's a great sway, especially after what just happened on the offensive side of the ball. They're like, yeah, that should not count. And they just took the ball right back from the Eagles. And this next play will be the last one of the 3rd quarter. Only 3 seconds left remaining. If you're just joining us, it's 21-0. Vikings lead over the Columbia City Eagles. And it will be a turnover.
So it was a chop block on the Eagles there, but it was declined for the fumble.
I mean, that's a big break if you're the Vikings. Like, huge forced fumble. I'll have to ask who that was on that play. I don't really know. I did see here was the first one. He definitely got a hold of the jersey because I saw him pulling it to the ground. I don't know who else got there, though. But it doesn't matter. It's a forced fumble. The Vikings will have the ball on their own 20.
Two forced turnovers in a row for Huntington North.
Yeah,
now, this is the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah, Fry is all not alone, but pressed up there.
Carl once again getting the handoff. It's going to maybe get a yard or two. So at the end of the third quarter, it is 21-0 Vikings.
Yeah, nothing really changes. I mean, same score, but a lot of action happened in that third quarter.
Like I mentioned at the beginning of this game, the predicted score that was given for this game was Columbia City 35-21. Now they've got one of those scores right, but not the other one.
And for a different team as well.
Yeah.
Well, for the same team.
Yeah, for the same team, it's just a whole different direction. I mean, I don't think either of us expected what a great game this Vikings defense is having.
Yeah, and you see as well, all the Vikings fans are really loving it here. As you also see the pit, it is Hawaiian night in the pit, so you see a whole bunch of Hawaiian shirts, some of the flowered necklaces as well. I think I see a safari hat. That's not Hawaiian, but we'll go with it.
It's close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah, still coming into this third quarter, Mason Patak is still the leading tackler with 9, followed by Kane Landrum with 8. So, good job to those two guys.
I mean, yeah, so I guess you could wear that kind of hat in Hawaii. Who knows?
You wear any hat anywhere, I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he wore that when he was in Hawaii. I don't know.
I mean, if he's willing to wear it, I mean, I ain't going to judge. As the Vikings will take the field here for the last quarter of football in this game.
Yeah. So now, fourth quarter, the Vikings really just got to play keep away at this point. Just hold on to this ball as long as possible.
And Carl in the backfield once again.
Lathan dropping back to pass. He fires a deep one down that right side. Just out of reach of Linker. He beat the defender once again, just a little bit out of reach. I think that might have sealed the game if he caught that.
Oh my goodness. It's just a little bit far out in front. Linker trying to chase that ball down. That was a laser. That was almost a 50-yard pass. Air-wise.
Yeah, that was a great throw. Once again, able to put it only where Linker is able to reach it, just a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, and there was backside pressure. If he would have held that for any longer, that ball could have been jarred loose, but is able to at least get it out, but it will bring up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I'm surprised with the amount of passing we're still seeing from this Vikings offense. As Lathan rolling to his right, fire over the middle, it's incomplete. His intended target there was Fry, but I think he was a little off balance and it hit the dirt.
Yeah, definitely the right read. Looks back across the field, finds Fry in a dig route. Just couldn't quite get it there, and it was in the dirt. But the Vikings will punt this away. It'll be Fry back there to punt. And I think that's Gavin Smith and Lucas Duncan to return.
Yeah, Smith definitely playing a big role in this game so far for the Eagles, doing everything he can to help them try to stay in this. Fry gets the
what a
snap,
boo.
and what a punt there. Oh, he almost had him taken down around the 25.
Oh, man. Oh, fumble!
The ball came out. Did the Vikings get it?
Oh, he was so down, I feel like. Are they going to call him down?
I think they did.
Oh, man.
That would have been 3 turnovers in a row forced by Huntington North.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I saw there was one guy who had a chance of getting him way back at the 20, missed him, and then he ran all the way back, hit him in the back, and I thought that's when the ball got jarred loose, but they called him down.
Yeah, that's a great recovery play there by him, not giving up after he missed the tackle. Devitt going to drop back to pass. He fires and it's caught. He makes a couple people miss. He's still going. And he's finally taken down inside the Vikings 40. That was Lucas Duncan there, I believe, with the reception. Yeah, number 24.
Yeah, that's going to put him in the Vikings territory. Ben Roth was really conservative, not wanting him to get past him, and does a nice job at strafing and making sure to get him tackled down.
Fry has gotten off the field now as another handoff to this outside. He's got a bit of room. I think there's a hold there. He's going to be open, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Oh, man. No call on that side, and it's a big touchdown. Two really big plays if you're Columbia City. One that we thought it was going to be a fumble, and the fans said it, not me.
That was Noah McCoy there with the rush. He just got to that outside, and that's going to be the Eagles' first points of the game.
Yeah, it's a huge run for them, and to finally get on the board, and this is about time when they needed to as well if they wanted to try and start a comeback.
And it's good. So that'll be 21-7. Eagles trying to some sort of comeback.
And there looks to be some confusion.
Yeah, there was a whistle before the kick.
What is going on here? They're going back to discuss. Not really sure what's going on. The referees are also trying to discuss what they actually want to do. Oh my goodness. And they're gonna, no, they're gonna keep the kicking unit out there. And they're gonna retry the PAT.
So I think a ref
Blew it dead before.
Blew it dead. So kicks once again up. Good. Not sure what just happened there, but either way, it's still 21-7.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either, but yeah, definitely not how the Vikings wanted to start this fourth quarter off, letting Columbia City go down and score on two really big plays on what fans wanted was a hold on that outside. Didn't get it, and it results in a 26-yard touchdown, I think that was.
I think it was 39 yards.
39 yards. That's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah. 39-yard run from Noah McCoy there, the steamer.
You haven't really called his name so far tonight, but we know that they run several different running backs in their formation, especially hurrying up the ball. Some guys get tired, and they really rotate throughout a plethora of guys.
Yeah, there are multiple guys in here that have gotten multiple carries for this team. That was only McCoy's second of the night, but he's at 53 rushing yards. So now, once again, we'll see the Eagles kick off. The kick is up. It's a great kick. Midfield around the 1. And he's going to be taken up to around the 20, around mid-20s.
Yeah, it's a solid starting position for the Vikings. Not too bad of a return from Linker. Couldn't really beat the blocks that he wanted, but it's a solid return either way, and we'll see James and the Vikings offense go back on the field.
So this will be spotted at the 24-yard line, and just got to give props to the kicker there. He put that in a perfect spot where it was just short of the end zone, and they have to return that.
Yes, we'll see Carl in the backfield. You'll see two to James right in the pistol. See what they do here.
They're going to run this with Carl, and I think he might lose a yard. Yeah, just haven't been able to get that run game going at all this game.
Yeah, the defensive line when it comes to the run attack, I mean, they're doing a really good job, of stopping it. And I feel like the Vikings have kind of became pretty prototypical of running the ball on first down. I feel like that's happened throughout a lot of these times, and they aren't really getting anything. That's what's setting up the second and long.
Yeah, I think, well, in this position, that's what you want, just to run out the clock. But, yeah, we have seen that a lot Although now we see a screen pass to Linker. There was a penalty, and I'm assuming that's going to be holding.
Yeah, holding or either maybe a legal man downfield just because it was an RPO, but we'll see what they call here.
I think there might have been some holding on that receiver screen.
Oh, he's waving it off.
Wave the flag off.
No penalty on the play.
Yeah, he waved off the flag there. Because now it's going to be 3rd and long. Maybe about 3rd and 6 on here now.
At the 29-yard line, a 6-yard gain, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. Big 3rd down here.
Lathan dropping back to pass. He's got pressure. He gets the ball off. It's caught by Linker. It's going to be short of a first down, but what a great way to get the ball off with the pressure on him.
Yeah, has a guy being on his back, just bringing him down and sidearms it to Linker, who somehow catches it. And you get some yardage out of that, but they're going to go ahead and punt this ball again. They're going to be conservative in their own territory.
Yeah, I don't see a world where they risk doing a 4th down conversion here, because if that doesn't go, then that leaves Columbia City in a great position to score again. As now we're just hitting the 9-minute mark in this 4th quarter.
Ooh.
Fry almost blocked.
Caught by one of the coaches on the sideline.
I think that was Coach Landrum on the catch there on the sidelines, as that's going to be marked around the 42 on the Eagle side. Yeah, once again, Fry just barely getting that off in time, getting blocked.
Yeah, that one was a really difficult one too, because it was also a high snap as well. So great job by him to get it off and get it into a decent spot, as Columbia City is going to get the ball again. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this game.
Yeah, the Vikings really can't let them get anything quickly here. It's going to be going to hand it off here to the side. He's going to get the first down.
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like on one of those blockers against Goodnight, I feel like he was more shoved in the back. And they're going to let it go, and it's going to be a first down for the Eagles. Nice run there on the outside zone. Run the end around.
Now inside Vikings territory on the 47. It's going to be handoff up the middle. He's going to get more yardage here. It's going to be Corbin McIntosh.
Yeah, lowers his shoulder as well against McQueen.
Yeah, this rushing offense for the Eagles just suddenly starts to go straight through this Vikings defense. I don't know what happened. So another run to the outside for Lucas. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, and they might have found a weak point in the Vikings defense. They're just not adjusting to the outside runs right now. And it's been very difficult for them so far.
Yeah, under 8 minutes now, but the Eagles driving. You're going to hand it off again. Be another decent game.
Again, the clock keeps going, and I think to get some more interior run defense, they're going to bring Joseph out on the field. And the Vikings are going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think they have too many guys on the field right now. There's a whole bunch of miscommunication.
Yeah, it looks like Joseph was trying to get on the field and trying to get somebody out. And the Vikings defense, I feel like, in this 4th quarter is kind of starting to fall apart almost. And it really hurts, especially when the Eagles have ran so many run plays. And I feel like they might just be a little gassed, and maybe the timeout is just needed there for them to catch their breath as well as get everything organized. And I feel like a guy on this defense needs to make a play a sheer.
Yeah, we've seen 37 carries so far this game. That's just got to be wearing on the Vikings interior defense.
I think it was Goodnight who was supposed to be getting off the field there. He's getting clocked by the coaches a little bit. I think it was him who was needing to get off the field there, as Joseph will stay on. As we'll see what the Eagles do here on 2nd down.
It's going to be another handoff. There is a flag. I think that's going to be holding.
Yeah.
He's taken down inside the 5, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a holding call.
Yeah, I think 100% it is going to be. Yeah, that was in the backfield, and almost every time that's a thing, it's going to be a hold. And he does signal a hold.
Yep. Once again, these penalties costing Columbia City.
Yeah, they just need to get some guys on the edge to set the outside run. I think they're a little bit more threatened by the interior run, but it's going to be 2nd and 15 now because of the penalty.
Yeah, with how ineffective this passing offense has been from the Eagles, I think you're setting your corners a little lower would be very beneficial for the Vikings.
Yeah, I agree.
They still have them set pretty high. Along with the safeties, I don't feel like they really need that.
And the clock will run.
It's going to be another handoff. It's going to be 3rd and long here, as he's only going to get 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice second effort by him, but if you're the Eagles, this is probably one of the biggest plays of the game. It has to be 4-down territory either way. Excuse me, but we'll see what they go with here. You might want to expect an end around.
That's exactly what we're going to see from Duncan. As he's going to get the first down. He's going to break free, and that's a touchdown.
I mean, several Vikings had hands on him. 2 people had hands on him at least. He just slips through. It's another touchdown for the Eagles in this 4th quarter. The Vikings defense feels like it's collapsing.
And just like that, now you've got to worry of the Eagles might come back here. This is a very unfortunate turn of events for the Vikings.
Yeah, and it's also bad for the Vikings if you're running a passing offense and you get incomplete passes. That stops the clock even more.
Set and good. So that's 21-14. As the Eagles only 1 score away now.
Yeah, after a lackluster 3 quarters for the Eagles offense, just something has sparked them in this 4th quarter. I don't really know what it is, but they're just running the ball effectively now. And it's mostly been Lucas Duncan, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were held scoreless for 3 quarters straight. In less than 6 minutes, they've got 14 points on the board.
And this is the worst part of the game for the Vikings to get lazy on defense and to not set the edge. It comes down to fundamentals, I feel like, for the most part. And if you're the Vikings offense, it comes down to 2 things. Kill the clock and score another touchdown, or at least get into some sort of field goal range. You need more points with how this defense has been playing. As the fans with some encouraging words for the offense as they come back out. Maybe you could see something on Linker here from the return if it goes to him.
Now the kick is up.
They call it fair? Was it just in the? It was just in the end zone, so they're gonna call it a touchback, and it'll be on the Vikings 20 to start out, with 6 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this game. They're in a tough spot with how this offense has been performing.
Yeah, I mean, 2 drives there. The pick from Lathan and then the 3 and out, that's really been hurting. Because, I mean, one thing you could definitely say about this defense, they could just be getting tired because of how often they've been on the field in this second half.
Yeah, and I've talked to Coach Eschbach about it throughout the past couple of weeks at the interviews. I mean, he has said their efficiency on offense in the second half has been lackluster, and it's showing again today. No points here in the second half so far for the Vikings.
Well, they had the field goal.
Oh, that's true.
Lathan dropping back to pass, fires a quick one to Linker. He's got a bit of space, and he's going to get the first down.
I mean, that's a great look. Offensive line doing a great job, giving him plenty of time, and finds a wide open Linker underneath. He'll take that all day.
A 14-yard gain to the 34
Yeah, 14 yards to be precise. It'll be a first down. The Vikings will move up to their own 34.
Yeah.
And if you're the Vikings, I don't think you should be in any rush.
Yeah,
I don't think you should be.
We're about halfway through this fourth quarter now. As Lathan taking his time to get the snap off. So he drops back to pass once again. He's got pressure. He's escaping it, though. He gets up to the 45 and slides.
Oh, fans on the flag. Oh, and the Eagles got an injured guy down. He's holding his knee or his leg. That's Sam Bean.
Yeah, we've called his name a couple times already this game.
Yeah, the Vikings team with showing some respect, taking a knee. Man, it looked like he held his knee. It kind of like he put both hands on it and just kind of held it up.
Yeah, he was trying to avoid hitting the quarterback because it would have been a penalty when Lathan slid there, and I think he just landed wrong, and you could see him super frustrated about getting hurt.
Yeah, still laying on the ground. You got several trainers out there looking at him.
Yeah, you hate to see injuries at this point of the season, or any point of the season.
Yeah, and this is probably the most important, part of their schedule. I mean, you have conference play, and that's what determines. It determines a lot. It's just when the games really start mattering, especially for sectionals. Man. And then your seating in conference as well matters. And they're 3-0 right now as we stand. And this would be a big loss as they bring some sort of bag out there. I think just some medical stuff maybe. Yeah, but let's talk about maybe what the Vikings need to do on this drive. You never want to see an injury as they do bring a card out as well. I think they're putting some sort of sleeve. Man, this doesn't look good.
No, but yeah, the Vikings really they've so far had a nice looking drive. They just need to keep this going strong, but
yeah, it's never a good time when they bring the card out. Man.
He still hasn't gotten up from that.
Yeah, it's something you never want to see on either side of the ball. These two teams have, even though they're rivals, they have a lot of respect for each other on both sides. And to see a guy like him go down, especially in some of the crucial crunch time of this game, it's not what you want to hear. And just look a little bit confused on what they're doing to his leg. Maybe they're putting some sort of, I think they've already put like some sort of like compression, like boot on him as he needs help up.
Yeah, they finally gotten him off the ground and they're getting him onto the car. He's not even able to put any weight on it at all.
Yeah, he's hobbling on one foot.
Hate to see that.
Yeah, I feel like the Vikings would feel that they've had their fair share of injuries throughout the year, and as Will Gradeless going over and making sure he's okay. Great sportsmanship by the Vikings.
Yeah, so we'll try to track and see who they end up bringing in to replace him, as we have said his name a couple times tonight.
Man. Just horrible to see that gruesome of an injury. Just looked like he instantly went down in pain. But the cart will get off the field and we will resume play here in probably just a moment, as the Eagles are still in the huddle on their defensive side. And they'll come back out there. Definitely not what you want to see, as it'll be first down for the Vikings. If you're just rejoining us here with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left on the clock, Vikings lead 21-14 now. It's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 45. As we regroup here, it looks like James is going to be out of empty here as we start to get going here.
Yeah, they started the clock back up. We're at 5:45 left in this game. As the Vikings trying to get something. And he's going to throw it deep down that right side. It's going to be out of bounds.
Oh my goodness, Lathan got hit again. Oh my goodness, Lathan's down. Oh my gosh. He's just down on the ground and
Yeah, this is not a good sign for the Vikings. Once again, taking another big hit.
yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what he hurt. But again, 2 back-to-back huge injuries for both teams. Oh my goodness. The Vikings just got him back this week as well.
Yeah, and he's had great games so far. Really tough to see.
As
He has gotten up.
He might have just gotten shaken up on the play.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a couple sets off the field.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that as well. And this is an important drive for the Vikings offense as well. I mean, what are you supposed to do as Landrum will come into the huddle here? Looks like the Vikings are going to look to run this ball. That is not what you want to see if you're Janes.
Yeah, it's really tough to see. He's taken quite a few big hits this game, and
yeah, they just add up over time.
He is standing on the front of the sideline, so I think he is ready to come back in if needed. But we're going to see how Landrum does here. Going to hand it off to Carl. And he's only going to get a gain of 2 here. So 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and they're going to send Janes right back out there.
Yeah, he's already coming back out on the field.
Eschbach giving him a call after taking a big hit. Man, it takes a lot of guts here for Janes to go back out here and make a big throw.
It just shows how fearless he is. The sophomore took that nasty hit in the Northrop game that had him sidelined last week. And just took another big hit, and he's taken a couple this game. Just going right back in. This is a big play for the Vikings as he drops back to pass. Fires it to that right side, and it's intercepted.
That's James' 3rd of the game. Just jumps right in front of the route. I don't know if there was some miscommunication or something like that, but it's a great play by him. Man, that's a big turnover in this game. As now the Eagles start out in Vikings territory for their next
they start this
drive.
out on the 48-yard line. The Vikings continuing their streak of not being able to get much going offensively in the second half. It's going to be a handoff to Duncan. There's a flag. Expect a holding call here.
You'll see if it's another hold. But man, the Vikings in this fourth quarter just been seeming to fall apart. Offense creating turnovers and defense not being able to get stops.
Yeah, offense knew they weren't even looking at the penalty. They just backed up.
Vikings defense has to make a stand. Best case scenario is a turnover here. We're going to see what this Vikings defense can do. They've done a pretty solid job all up until the fourth quarter. They need their best version of their defense right now. They need what we saw in the first 3 quarters of this game.
Yeah, that brick wall defense that we were seeing on this rushing attack. We just haven't seen that in the fourth. It's going to be another handoff, but he's going to be mad at the line of scrimmage. Actually, a loss of 1.
Well, I think there was some extra shoving after that play. No call, but it is. Man, they are really backed up now. It's going to be 2nd and forever to go. 2nd and 20.
Yeah. They need to watch that receiver on the left side just in case. He is going to drop back to pass. He's going to fire. It's incomplete.
Yeah, Linker got a hand in there. Nice job.
3rd and 20. think some of the fans we could hear through the crowd mic wanted another holding penalty.
Yeah, I mean, if their quarterback rolls out to the right and that right tackle is holding onto the jersey, what is going on here? I guess I have no idea. But it's going to be 3rd and 20. This is a big down.
One of the refs thought that the pass had been complete. This is a giant play in this game. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And he stopped. 2-yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 18.
And they're going to bring the punt unit out.
Well, I mean,
I think they might think that the Vikings won't be able to do anything else on offense. They do also have 3 timeouts. So I kind of get the logic here.
Just watch for the fake.
Yeah, I got to watch for it.
Here.
Linker's back to return as the clock ticks down. Now we're under 3 minutes.
Yeah, this rushing attack, I mean, when it doesn't work, all it's doing is running out the clock for the Eagles.
Only 1 second left on the clock to get it off. Oh, man, that's a great punt, too.
It's going to roll all the way back to the 3.
Wow. Yeah, Goodnight was pretty close there to also getting a roughing the kicker call. He just kind of like held on to him, and he looked at the ref, and no call there on the play.
Yeah, very close. That would have been detrimental for the Vikings.
Yeah, what did the Vikings do here? I mean, this is rough position. You're backed up all the way to your 3. You've been passing the ball mostly, and with James throwing 3 touchdowns, he hasn't looked that great at all in the second half, and they just need something. They need a big play.
Yeah, 3 interceptions, 2 of which being in this 4th quarter. I mean, they really need to get something here. I mean, if not something going, just as much time off the clock as possible.
As they run out to the field.
Hear the Vikings crowd.
Yeah, they run out. Only 10 seconds left on the play clock now. James is all by himself.
That's not James. That's Landrum.
Oh, it is.
He's going to keep it for himself. He's got a bit of room. He's going to get this out to the 10.
Yeah, I think with the Vikings being backed up so far and then not being able to run the ball, they're bringing in a quarterback who they know who can be a physical runner.
I think also just in this position of the ball game, they know Kane's a very physical quarterback, and when he's in, we see a lot of rush-heavy offense. And for the scenario that they're in, I think that's very important.
Yeah, I like this move by Coach Eschbach.
Yeah, so we'll see Landrum back in there once again. 2nd and 2 on their own 11. We just hit the 2-minute mark.
The ball security is a big thing here.
Landrum going to keep it to himself, but he's going to lose yardage.
That's a big loss, too. Yeah, keeps that clock going. We're going to see if they call timeouts. I think they did call a timeout because their coaches are on the field. They did.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout.
And you got a big decision here to make if you're the Vikings. Do you keep Landrum out there to force the pass or to force the run? I think Landrum is going to get out of the huddle here. I think they want James.
James just can't get into his own head here. He's had a great game minus those 3 picks. Still 250 passing yards, a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. Now at the time to lose your confidence.
Yeah, and the thing about James, he's also a running threat. I think bringing James out there just brings out also the threat of the pass, keeping the defense guessing. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a direct snap to James and just let him work.
The issue with that is sometimes when they do those, they keep a regular passing formation, and so there's not another blocker.
Looks like they're going to reset the clock to 1:51 now. Bringing more time on the clock as James is out there with Carl in the backfield.
Yeah, this is a very big play for the Vikings. This is Lathan.
I think Coach Eschbach just called a timeout.
Yeah, I can see just getting that extra time to talk it over. This is a very important play.
Timeout, Huntington North.
Yeah, probably the biggest play of the game because you also got the Eagles to use one of their timeouts. And this is a play where you have to get the first down. You're also backed up really far. So even if you were to punt, and I don't know if you would trust the punting right now. I mean, Fry's been barely able to get some of these off.
Yeah, and this deep in your own territory, that's a big risk.
Yeah, the Eagles right now trying to come up from a 21-point deficit. Ugh. As the Vikings offense will come back out there. It is going to be James. This is the biggest play of the game. Got to have it right here for the Vikings to keep the possession of the ball. They do not want Columbia City to get their hands on this football again. And it needs to happen here.
35.
It's Carl in the backfield. He's got two receivers to his right, one to the left. He takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right. He fires. It's caught. And that's a first down.
Linker knows it too. He signals it. And he stays in bounds as well. That's going to keep the clock moving. That gives the Vikings a whole nother set of downs to work with. And if you're the Vikings, you need to take your sweet time right here. And I feel like with the next dead ball or the next timeout, I feel like bringing Landrum back into the game to threaten the run wouldn't be a bad option either.
No, I kind of like that idea of using both in a sense in these type of situations, just keeping the other team off guard.
Oh, is he going to take a knee? The Eagles are going to call. Are they going to call their timeouts? I would assume they would, and they are. Yep. And I feel like even if they use their timeouts, I feel like the Vikings can run this ball out. If I'm not mistaken, they only have one now. So if they were to knee,
they can't. They would be one play off from doing that.
Yeah.
So they have to at least get. If they get the first down, this game's over.
Yeah. But you also cannot jeopardize an incomplete pass as well, because then that would
pick.
Or a pick. Some decisions are to be made here by the coaching staff. And this is to get your first win of the season as well. It's huge, man. Especially against a team like Columbia City. Yeah. Just now I'm hearing Huntington North hasn't beat Columbia City since 2009. To put that in perspective, that's when I was born. So, oh man. So about 16 years ago.
You're so young.
Yeah. All right.
So with 1 minute left, Vikings, the minute left.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, miscommunication. They're going to...
Yeah, they're going to call another timeout here. I wonder if they're just going to keep running this ball. They just used their last timeout, so in theory, you run another play, and you are forced to punt, okay?
That would leave them 20 seconds.
That would leave them, yeah. That would leave them about 20 seconds with the football. And especially if I can get a good punt off here and get them into their own territory at least, it's going to force them to throw the ball. And they haven't had too much success. And this is what this Vikings defense has sneakily been really good at this year, especially with Max Double, James Linker on one of the outside corners. They've played really well. And they've got to have it here, as I think they're going to reset the play clock, or the game clock to 106.
Yeah, so I wonder...
Yeah, I think Landrum's going back out into the huddle as well. I'm not really sure what's going on.
I see James still out there, but he could... Nope, he's walking back to the sidelines.
All right. Wouldn't be surprised for a direct snap to Landrum here. Because I feel like it's way too risky to throw the ball and force an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they wouldn't have taken Lathan out if they were planning on throwing it here.
Yeah.
Unless they're wanting to throw him off guard, but...
I feel like that's too risky.
They've got trips left, however.
Maybe just trying to spread this defense out. They creep guys to the line. Here we go.
Motions in Fry. Yeah, Landrup's going to keep it for himself.
Yeah,
Get a
great job.
decent gain there. Not the first down, but a good amount to make this punt a little less dangerous.
The thing about the Vikings, too, they can run this clock all the way on to 2 or 1. Coach Eschbach could call a timeout, and that could also get them time to also set up the punt as well.
That's what I guarantee that's... Yeah, you're definitely right there. That's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, because they're not in any rush here. I bet Coach Eschbach is standing right by that referee right now. Yeah, they're going to let this go. And that's exactly what they do.
That's a great timeout there from Coach Eschbach, and that's going to leave the Eagles with little to no time left and no timeouts.
And the thing here is, you want this ball to go out of bounds. No shot you're going to let them return this ball.
Although letting it bounce would run out time.
That is true.
I do see your point. But that would still leave a bit of time left if they were to just punt this out of bounds.
But the thing is as well, they don't have timeouts. And this is a running football team. They would have maybe one play or 2 plays.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to put this ball out of bounds. That's at least what I would do. We're going to see what...
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah. Let's see what they do here. As the biggest punt of Fry's career.
Okay.
Weird saying that.
At first, I was thinking they had him lining up on the side. I was like, wait, are they going for this? But no.
That'd be crazy.
That would be a very risky play call.
Offensive line's got to give them time.
Yeah, depending where this punt goes. Oh, man.
Oh, what a
punt.
That's perfect.
He times that perfectly. 13
Double.
seconds left.
What a play by Max Double. Timed it.
Although Fry is down.
Oh my gosh, it's roughing the kicker.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings just won this game.
Yes, but look at Fry.
Yeah, he got absolutely laid out. And at what cost?
There is a flag on this play.
He's had an incredible game too as well.
So it looks like the Vikings are going to pull this game out if that's a roughing the kicker call, which I 99% sure it is, but Fry and it's that.
Yeah, so I think it's the
hamstring.
leg. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Vikings might come out of this game victorious, but at what
With
cost?
another
man?
injury.
Another injury. And Fry's been out a couple weeks as well.
Yeah,
I mean, on the offensive side at least. He made a huge impact tonight.
he's been sticking mainly to special teams these past couple weeks, and that might cost them one of their best receivers and their punter.
They still haven't decided the call yet.
Well, he got...
I was too busy focusing on the punt. I didn't even know that he got blasted in the back.
Yeah, that was a great punt, though, with the pressure and the high snap. And then the hit from Max Double, perfectly timed.
Man. Yeah. And you get that the defense is trying to make a play happen here, but who knows the intent of the play? As Fry is going to get some help from the injured Thornsberry and another coach.
Yeah, he's not putting weight on that right leg at all. That's a giant loss for this team.
And yeah, it's going to be first down for the Vikings, and all they got to do is kneel this ball down.
No, wait,
What is going on here?
the penalty got declined.
What didn't?
They just waved it off.
Wait. Wait. Did they wave off the penalty? Okay, so game not over.
So after the injured kicker walks off the field, they're going to say that there is no flag on the play.
What is going on? Well, the Eagles will run a play. This has got to be one of the last plays of the game. Fans on their feet.
Wow.
Got to have it here for the Vikings defense. Need to stop. Here, he set the play clock. It's 20. They have all the time.
He drops back to pass. He's got pressure from Walker Goodnight. He escapes it.
Goes into the dirt. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds left. Goodnight almost just sealed it. He was about a fingertips length away.
Man. Yeah, Goodnight was a shoelace tackle away,
Yeah.
man.
That would have been game. This will be the final play of the game, you have to assume.
This is intense. Even though it's a lot of yards to go, it's 60 yards to get into the end zone, 59 actually.
Yeah.
But one play, this decides the outcome, possibly. Shear wants the fans hyped. They give it to him. You can hear it. We're going to let this play out.
There's a flag. Delay of game.
Yeah, but they're going to move back more. They need time to discuss, but they don't have any timeouts. They used them all.
And the penalty is delay of game against the Eagles.
Shear's liking it, so are these fans. You can feel the energy in this room. They are hungry for their first win.
Yeah, this is... I mean, we thought this game was wraps with the position at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but
You can hear the stomping.
it's a quick pass behind the line of scrimmage. It's overthrown, and that's the game. Huntington North beats Columbia City for the first time. 2009.
Man, what a game.
What a game for the Vikings.
You still hear some fans. The game is over, though.
Had some people scared there, including myself, towards the end of that game. But nevertheless, the Vikings taking their first win of the year against the undefeated Columbia City Eagles.
That's a statement win if you're the Vikings. And to win it for the first time since 2009, that's incredible. Great job.
So with a final score of 21-14, we'll be back for postgame.
At the IHSAA, we are invested in the growth and development of Indiana's youth, and so are our partners at Ivy Tech.
That's right. We're proud to help over 90,000 Hoosier High School students get a head start on college and their careers.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig.
And I'm Dr. Sue Elsperman, President of Ivy Tech Community College. Through our dual credit and dual enrollment programs, high school students can take Ivy Tech classes at their high school or at their local Ivy Tech campus, allowing them to learn skills and earn college credits while still in high school.
Thanks to partners like Ivy Tech, Indiana students are set up for success after high school, whether they want to continue their college education or go straight into the workforce.
Just like the IHSAA, we believe supporting Hoosier students is the key to building a strong future for Indiana.
This is the power of partnership.
This is the value of education.
This is your IHSAA.
As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference when the stands are filled with cheering fans. I'm Reed Robinson from New Prairie High School.
And I'm Autumn Rife from North White High School. It motivates us to do our best when we know our entire school community has our backs.
When they understand the real purpose of high school sports.
When they remember learning life lessons is more important than winning.
When they keep athletic events fun and positive for everyone.
That's what being a champion of high school sports is all about.
Whether you're a parent, fan, coach, official, administrator, or broadcaster, we all have a role to play in championing high school sports.
Thank you for supporting our schools, our communities, and our student athletes.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the mission of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is preserving the second classroom. This is your IHSAA. High school sports are different, especially in Indiana, and these Hoosier student athletes couldn't agree more.
We all know the saying, in 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana.
Well, the same is true for all high school sports in Indiana, like volleyball,
And soccer, and softball, and track, and so many more.
We're passionate about high school sports in Indiana.
They're an undeniable part of our state's culture.
They're woven into the DNA of our communities.
It's what we dedicate our time to.
It's what brings us all together.
It's what we celebrate.
And as a high school student athlete, that's a pretty special environment to grow in.
Representing your school and having your entire community behind you.
Being a high school student athlete in Indiana is something we never take for granted.
And it's an experience we'll never forget either.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support Hoosier student athletes like these by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is who we are. This is Indiana. This is your IHSAA.
High school sports are a true team sport and not just for the starting lineup. I'm Claire Hack from Jennings County High School.
And I'm Grayson Mealy from Westell High School. That's because every person involved in high school sports is essential.
Each student athlete contributes something unique to the team.
Coaches guide and mentor their athletes on and off the field.
Officials protect the integrity of the sports they love.
Fans unite and cheer for their team as one.
Without any one of them, high school sports simply aren't the same. That's what makes them a true team sport.
It takes everyone coming together to achieve the ultimate purpose, preparing student athletes like us for life.
Whatever role you play, thank you for being on our team.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Thank you for being a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is rallying around our student athletes. This is being a good teammate. This is your IHSAA. High school sports ignite pride unlike anything else. Just listen to these student athletes from across the great state of Indiana.
Playing high school sports means representing my school and community, being a positive example, showing everyone what we stand for.
It's a reminder that the name on the front of my jersey is just as important as the name on the back.
Because it's about all of us, not just one of us.
And that includes our families, friends, and the fans.
When we all wear our school's name,
We are all on the same team.
We all represent our school.
We all belong to our community, thanks to high school sports.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. You can be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is building community pride. This is bringing everyone together as one team. This is your IHSAA.
in life and in high school sports, the most talented person doesn't always win.
And the most successful people are not always the most gifted. I'm Owen Fouts from Yorktown High School.
And I'm Lena Jones from Plymouth High School. More often than not, success requires being what other people are unwilling to be.
Consistent, disciplined, persistent, without taking shortcuts.
It's often the most dedicated, hardest working person or team that rises to the top.
The ones who run extra drills, who stay late in the weight room, who put in time after practice.
They say hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And those who rise to the challenge are met with the greatest rewards.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the hard work of our student athletes by buying a ticket to your school's athletic events. Thank you for being a champion of high school sports. This is consistency and commitment. This is discipline and dedication. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to this post-game show after a very thrilling fourth quarter there. I mean, I don't know what to think at any point there.
I mean, great job of giving me a heart attack, I guess. But other than that, I mean, man, great game by the Vikings throughout most of this game.
Yeah, I mean, Lathan James, great first half there. Had a touchdown. I think he ended with 150 yards at halftime. Added 110 more, but 2 picks. That's one thing I want to add about this Vikings offense. They seem to fall apart in the second half.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if I'm not mistaken, they have not scored more than at least one field goal in the second half at all this season.
yeah, it's been really bad on that side of the ball. And as we're kind of talking about this postgame show, I do see Eric Fry kind of sitting on the cart over there. At least I think that's who it is, because he did take that hit at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. We saw it was his leg. He's already been dealing with the hamstring thing, so we'll see what happens with him. I'm sure they'll take precautions since next week is at Belmont, so we'll see if they take precaution and sit him.
I could see that. Also, I just want to coming into this, it was 21-0 in the third quarter. If you weren't paying attention, the Vikings defense looked unstoppable. Like, they had only allowed less than 100 total yards, I'm pretty sure, up until that point. And towards the end of the game, it all just fell apart. I mean, at the end of the game, total yards, Columbia City ended up with 255, which is it's about 200 yards in the final
quarter.
Yeah, final quarter alone, pretty much. So, great job by the Vikings to hold out that win. And, I mean, to get that lead in the first place against such a strong matchup was super impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. The Vikings almost shot themselves in the foot. I mean, it was just a lot of turnovers in the fourth quarter, and they almost didn't recover from it. They had the punt on the last drive, which who even knows what went on there. I think it was running into the kicker instead of roughing the kicker, which is why they ended up getting the ball, but it was just tagged on to where the punt was at. So they did get the ball for 2 plays, but they tried to go with a double pass, but that did not work. And, man, they pulled out of it alive, and they get their first win of the season and their first win against Columbia City since 2009.
Yeah, I mean, what a great game for them. Up until that fourth quarter, they looked amazing. But, yeah, I mean, big loss of, I think, like you said, I think Eric Fry will probably miss next week, although it is against Belmont. And Columbia City beat Belmont 61-6 last week.
Ooh.
So we'll see how this one goes. But with Lathan in, and other than that big hit he took, he looked great tonight. Other than that fourth quarter when everyone was starting to panic, it seemed like. Like, Huntington North started playing like we were the ones trying to catch back up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this team, especially with a bunch of the seniors leaving last year, I feel like they weren't really built for those end-game situations for the most part. And it kind of showed in this game for the most part. And that's something that they've really just got to integrate into their system and just to try and manage the clock easier. I mean, the 2-minute warning, they did great. I mean, they didn't give them the ball back, but for the most part, they ran the clock down to where they wanted it to go.
Yeah, and I feel like for the Vikings, that rush defense, which is something we both mentioned before this game, they looked amazing. Like, I can't talk about enough how great the defense looked tonight, especially in that first half, allowing less than, what was that, like 50 yards total they allowed?
Yeah, crazy.
It was a great start. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was such a great game up until that fourth quarter, which really gave us a heart attack there.
Ooh, yeah.
But I think that's pretty much going to do it for us tonight. Thanks for tuning into tonight's broadcast of Huntington North Viking football. Again, the Vikings defeat the Columbia City Eagles by a score of 21-14. For Braxton Oakley, I'm Luke Zealous, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Huntington North Vikings football on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Before we go, we'd like to thank the following sponsors one more time for making tonight's broadcast possible.
Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg Roth Garrett Halverstadt Law, Nove, Rich Roofing Systems, and Wise Guys Downtown.
Be sure to tune in all season long for the hard-hitting action of Huntington North Vikings football on your Huntington North Sports Authority, Viking Radio 91.9